ride the beat like a cosmic glide. Yeah, got this in no vibe. Yeah, we never hide, chills crab in the corner, spinning tails wide. Every pulse at the bass, yeah, it's our guide. Yeah, yeah. Quirks collide, sparks ignite, colors dance in the neon night. My tribe is the vibe, you can't deny. We're the spark, the light, the reason why. When the world gets heavy, we just fly. My tribe is the vibe, the endless high. Drums hit sharp like a heart attack, made shimmer bright, never looking back. We've got the groove, yeah, we're on track. Our tribe's the vibe, it's a full-on act. Yeah. It's a whisper in the beat, the laugh in the flow. It's the way we keep it weird, let the rhythm show. They try to box us in, but we overflow. With a vibe, with a glow, let the Zano vibe grow. My tribe is the vibe. Oh, oh, my tribe is the vibe. You can't deny. With a spark, the light, the reason why. When the world gets heavy, we just fly. My tribe is the vibe, the endless high. Woo! My tribe is the vibe.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, my glorious Tater Nation. It's good to see ya. It's me, of course, your friendly neighborhood potato, peeking out from beneath the soil, watching the world grow, and occasionally trip over its own shoelaces. And you know us potatoes, we have lots and lots of eyes, and we like watching all the interesting things that humans do up top. From culture to politics, from history to the headlines, from common sense to complete nonsense, breaking it down as only a potato can. Today, we're digging in, brushing off the dirt, and taking a good, honest look at what's really going on. So grab a seat, grab a snack, preferably a potato, and let's see what the world looks like today through a potato's eye. And of course, it's Thursday, and we know what that means. Tater Talks Thursdays, because I am off my days, so that's not my intro for the day. But, you know, welcome in, guys. Thank you very much for the engagement. Looks like we had a newcomer in the chat. If you're still around, Sophie, been a long day. Goodness. Sunshine and coffee. Welcome in, and hopefully you're around, and hopefully to keep you around. Craig, good to see you again. As always, good to see you. And then it looks like if there's anybody from the NWG, I believe is what the podcast he called. Good to see you if you're in the chat. And Leia, good to see you. Good to see you. Appreciate the engagement. And as always, Apprentice, good to see you. Appreciate the mod in the chat. Dave, good to see you. Appreciate you dropping the links. Please like the stream, guys. If you haven't yet, subscribe. Notifications on, right? Make sure you know when I'm coming online. And of course, I do have some links to donate to keep the channel going. These days is getting crazy, isn't it? Mr. B, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, Dave, appreciate that. All right, so let's see. And we'll start out with our motivational quote, as always. The doubters said, man cannot fly. The doers said, maybe we'll try. And the lemmings said, follow the leader. And of course, before we get started, let me go ahead and read my disclaimer, of course. All right, where is it? Where is it? This program contains open dialogue and unscripted commentary. The guest participants speak for themselves. The opinions are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect my views. Please don't hold it against me. Conversations may include strong language, conversational perceptives, and emotionally charged positions. The purpose of this format is dialogue, not endorsement. We expect all participants to follow platform terms of service and community guidelines. Personal attacks, threats, or calls for harm will result in immediate removal. And of course, The viewer discretion is advised. All right, so let's see. And if there's anybody that's listening, one of my mods, it looks like there might be somebody in the vetting room that's waiting to be vetted, possibly. Vosh is there. And if you guys don't get him, I'll bring him up here in a bit. So don't feel like you need to if you're not available at the moment. And then while we're waiting for that, I do want to talk about something I came across. And it's been interesting seeing these things. All right, let's see. Leia, you said you'll you'll join soon. Appreciate that. There's Voshmit. Appreciate the engagement, buddy. Apparently a slow day for me to get my head together. My opinion is most certainly not reflective of Tater. Wait, did I miss something? And of course, if you haven't changed the chat to live chat from top chat, please do so. I didn't have that, but I'm not sure exactly what that was about. Let me see. This can go away. And we'll go ahead and extend this back out a little bit here. All right. Hey, JB, good to see you. Appreciate the engagement, buddy. As always, I appreciate you more than I can tell you, man. All right, so if you haven't seen some of my older videos, I've talked about windmills and my growing concern, the concern that I've seen more and more people have with the windmill and the turbines and things like that. So this just happened recently. I've seen a couple of videos on it. So this was 130 mile an hour wind, I believe, is what caused this damage in this wind turbine farm. As I understand it, that's what they're made for, isn't it? Is for wind. So with the growing concern, it's funny how that concern of climate change disappeared when data centers needed to come into the mix, and then it was just like, yeah, we're going to go into whatever kind of electrical grid that we need to, fuel, oil, nuclear, whatever they have to get these things to run all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? So the windmills and the solar panels, they don't do that. They only run when the weather is optimal. And then we have the idea of climate change, which is who knows how often that's going to change in the areas that they put those up. They're close to $2 million a piece to put up. How old were they? There's close to, if not more than 2,000 gallons of oil or liquids in each one of them. Each one of them that toppled like that. So many things. Yeah, I could go on for a while about that one. Now, this one is interesting for anybody that doesn't understand how electricity works. When you are around electrical high voltage lines, you don't have to be touching them for the power to be passing through you. Okay. I don't think there's anything on this that's
copyrighted. It's through me to the tube and to the ground. But that's only because my shoes insulate me from the ground. If I take off my shoe, well, then it runs through me. Insulated, not insulated.
So as you can see, electricity is running through around those wires. If you don't understand how electricity works, it doesn't actually run through the wire. It runs around the wire, as you obviously can tell. So there's so many things to be said on that. Like we all know, our cell phone is constantly putting out radiation in our pockets. We have that kind of radiation that's around us when we're underneath power lines. So be aware of that. Try to keep track of what you're doing and where you're around, what you're around. Hey, Chaos Theory, good to see you. Appreciate the engagement. JB, it's so hot outside. I'd come in and take a break. Well, I appreciate I'm the break that you took. Craig, hey, good to see you back. All right. So let's see. Do we have anybody in the room ready to go? No, not yet. And as always, anybody is welcome to join the panel. You just have to be part of the Discord. The Discord link is in the description below. If you're not part of the Discord, please join the Discord. Even if you don't want to join the panel, please join the Discord. But you will have to go through an extra step. I've been locking the Discord down even more. I'm sorry, guys. But as you get in there, you're going to have to go to the rules page first and foremost and react to the emoji in the bottom. So read through the rules page. At least, if not now, please go back and do it later. React to the emoji. That'll give you access to the room that is even the vetting room. I've had decent amount of bots coming in lately. I'm not sure where they're coming from, so I've locked down the Discord even more to the detriment of the people in the Discord, I'm sure. But anyway, so if anybody wants to join the panel, feel free to join the panel. And there's nobody even in the vetting room now? Wow. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. What do I have? Well, that's not something I want to talk about again. That's not something I want to talk about again. Oh, goodness. So this is a short little clip.
Brian,
and good old Cool Vic and Rattlesnake. So only the cool kids get into the Discord. Yeah, I guess. I'm sorry that it ended up being that way, guys. But yeah, all you have to do is just hit the emoji, just read the rules, and please, abide by the rules once you've hit the emoji that saying that you'll abide by the rules. But anybody is welcome. Anybody other than bots, right? Hey, Infected Mushroom, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Fellow Americans and those envious of us Americans. Yeah, right. Hey, Sunshine and Coffee, good to see you. Appreciate the engagement. All right. Let's see. Vashman, getting groceries. Oh, fair enough. No worries. We'll chat. We'll just visit for a little bit. And I've been needing to get a good, just a fun night together. Not necessarily doing the same old. We have over 250 subscribers now. We're getting, we're over halfway there. So I want to definitely give you guys the shout out for that. As always, I'm always open for suggestions on what we do. The only suggestion that I've gotten so far is a music making party, and I'm all for that if you guys want to do that. But I don't want to subject a bunch of people to something that a bunch of people don't want to watch, other than like one or two people. So please give me suggestions on what you'd like to see. I'm new to streaming. I'm new to the whole idea of giving you what you want to see, right? This stuff I want to see and I want to show you, of course. But I want to give you what you want because you're giving me what I want. This channel. All right, I'll shut up. So please visit Rattlesnake TV, as always, and Cool Vic, both good streamers. This is about 8 minutes long, but I didn't see this stream. I've been meaning to get in and check it out, so we'll watch this together real quick.
Forwards me an unsolicited naked picture of her.
So this is Brian Shapiro that they're talking about. I didn't realize that they just hop in right with the. I'm assuming they'll tell you. I guess, hopefully.
What? Now, we knew Brian was a creepy bastard. We didn't know that he was a serial harasser. Justice for Miguel should be the slogan on everyone's lips today. Cool Vic's stream. Now, I had no idea about this, guys. What was happening in the background? Is that on... Oh, I always get confused by this. All good. I had no idea what was...
Oh, Jake, I love him so much. He's a good guy. Good streamer. He has very little knowledge about America. He's learning, as I understand, but there's been so many things that he didn't know about. It's been interesting finding out what he didn't understand about America when he came. But yeah, this guy's he's a good guy.
Happening in the culture, okay? But turns out that Brian Shapiro has been getting himself in a little bit of trouble in his personal life. And look, I don't like to see these sorts of things happen. Feel sorry for the kid who's the victim here. But Brian Shapiro has gone right ahead Cool Vic says, for 50, release the Bryshap files. We are, Vic, we are. And I'll be watching my DMs for any other things that have gone on, okay? Now, Michael Muniz here, who Vic has on his show, claims the following. Let's have a listen.
If you watched it in the actual interaction, he was like, hey, I'm going to bring her on. Do you guys want to stay on? And I just kind of said, sure. I thought it'd be fun, but what followed certainly wasn't fun. So I'm going to break some news here. Brian forwards me an unsolicited naked picture of her. That
Freaking wild. Now you don't even have to just worry about just popping up like, you know, because I've mentioned before, I'm on the dating sites. I'm on Snapchat. Not anymore. But I used to be, I should say. I hate that fucking app. Anyway, sorry. Long story short, you just get people friending you out of nowhere, and then they would like send you unsolicited nudes. And so that's why I've stopped that. But anyway, long story short, now you don't even have to just worry about that. You have to worry about like other guys sending you unsolicited. Like, this is wild. Like, release the Brian Shap files. This is what I keep hearing, right? Brian Shapiro files. Who is Brian and who is her? Okay, that's fair, Sunshine. You are new. So our whole community knows who Brian Shapiro is. I don't cover him personally, but Vic does. And he is a quote unquote syndicated radio host that has 800,000 subscribers or 800,000 viewers per day. They call him Lion Brian. Even his own audience calls him Lion Brian. He is not somebody that I recommend giving any kind of actual attention to. He's more of a lolcow, I guess is what the term is. Again, I'm a potato, so I don't know exactly what the term is for it. But long story short, he's gone up against Andrew Wilson. If I'm not, since you're new, I'm not real sure who you all know. But Andrew Wilson, he's another really good debater, and he's gone up against Brian Shapiro and just absolutely mopped the floor with him. Rachel Wilson has mopped the floor with Brian Shapiro. And yeah, Dave, be thankful you don't know who he is. Sunshine, welcome to the channel. I appreciate the engagement. We will get into the panel here shortly. Looks like Homestead, I do see it in there. So I'll get through this and we'll I know who Andrew Wilson. Okay. Yeah, so he did go up against Andrew Wilson, Brian Shapiro did, and they did it on Trump, and it was like the ethics of Trump or something like that. You might have seen it. It was a while ago. Anyway, long story short, Andrew was trying to get to where his ethics come from, and Brian Shapiro was just trying to dog on Trump. That's all he was trying to do. And that was the first time I'd seen him. I had come across him. And ever since then, he's just gotten worse and worse. He's a product of Las Vegas. Oh, is that where he's from? That would explain a lot, actually. Thank you very much, Infected Mushroom. All right. And again, if anybody wants to join the panel, feel free. This is seriously a welcoming environment. And if the panel gets too heated or anything like that, and you don't feel comfortable in it, please let me know. I do like to have it calm for anybody that does want to join. I do want to keep people feeling welcome to come back, right? We want to be able to have the people that aren't speaking out right now. We want them to feel comfortable to come speak out. Because the more people that just sit there and stew in their basements, the more people that don't speak out against this and let all of this degeneracy take root, the worse it gets. So, he does, Sunshine. He is the epitome of the Trump derangement syndrome, and he has tried to come up with his own catchphrase of Trump fellatio syndrome because everybody's so Trump enthused and we're so behind Trump. And it's like, dude, he's the pilot of the plane that we're all on. I'm not going to wish the guy down. That's all I have to say about it. Chaos Theory. Yeah. Brian Shapiro is the poster boy for TDS. Hey, Elmo. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. It's been a bit. And I hope you're doing all right, man. Dave Alyssa says, join the Discord and I'll show you the Bright Shot bingo card. One of the Patreons made it. I'll explain it. And yeah, if in fact we're gonna do a bingo night, I think we're gonna do an open panel bingo night of Brian Shapiro. I don't know how that's gonna work yet, but one of my Discord members, I think it was one of my mods, in fact, gave me the suggestion. I think it's hilarious. We'll see if it works out all right. But anyway, I'll shut up and we'll get into this, and then we'll get into the open panel. Again, if anybody wants to join the open panel, feel free to join the panel.
What?
But again, since there's a couple other people new in the chat, if you do join the Discord, you'll have to go right to the rules page, read the rules really fast, and then it react to the emoji if you're not part of the Discord yet, because you have to be at least a role, which is a newbie role, in order to get into the vetting room. Yeah, there you go. Doesn't it though? I think it was Mr. B that told me the suggestion. I think it'll just be fun. And so it might be off like a different night. When I get time, man, I'm so overwhelmed. All right. Anyway, I'll shut up.
What? Now, we knew Brian was a creepy. We knew that there was a lot of character flaws there. We know he's also built like an Indian somehow. Somehow he's built he's a ginger Jew built like an Indian with like a little noodle arms and a pot belly, which is fascinating to me. But we didn't know that he was a serial harasser. Because you know what that is, guys? That's harassment. You can't just be sending young Muniz here naked photos. That's clearly sexual harassment. But anyways, let's carry on.
She took and said, send this to Miguel. And I told him, like, what the is wrong with you? That's not normal. That's not okay. Like, do you think, like, when did sending somebody nudes without asking them first become not sexual harassment? And he just said, okay, I'll let her know. What do you mean you'll let her know? No, sorry for passing that message forward. Hey, Miguel, are you okay if I send nudes into your like text messages? Because I would have said, Brian, if I wanted to see her naked, I would have spent $5 to do it because that's what she's.
Mic drop, dude. Oh man, that's perfect. Yeah, Craig. So normally I do have a few people. I do have one person that usually starts my panels off in the panel room, or yeah, they're still in there. And so we'll be starting here pretty soon. Normally I have a few people that start out. I know that there's other streamers that are live. Speaking of other streamers that are live, if you do leave, please come back. But Rattlesnake is live. He went live right before I did. So if I lose you to him, I understand. But if you'd go give him some interaction, engagement, and then come on back, I'd appreciate it greatly. And we'll get back into this. But yes, there's supposed to be a panel. There will be a panel. Yes, there's a couple of people in the panel room. I just want to get through this now that I've started it. So I'll shut up and we'll get through this as quickly as we can since I've started it.
But it was so disgusting. That's just, there's your breaking news for tonight. Brian, yeah, he forwarded me that.
Holy ew. First of all, ew. Because let me just pull up this next photo we've got here. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm reading the intel right from Miss D, it is in fact this chick here.
Do go check out Rattlesnake TV. He has some good fun on his streams sometimes.
Let me pull this up for you guys. If I'm not mistaken, it is in fact this absolute troglodyte.
Troglodyte.
It is this I believe it's this troglodyte. Am I right, guys?
So Sunshine. This one here is Brian Shapiro. It is what is that PTL? I don't even know the name of his his channel, and not that I care to. But that is Brian Shapiro. So when you see him, that you can laugh at him. He is friends with apparently OF models and tries to make it this impressive thing. And so he had her send him, or he had, I don't know. This is wild. But anyway, I won't necessarily get, much further into it. Long story short, this douche sent this poor bastard nudes of this girl, I guess. And unsolicited. So be on the aware of anybody sending naughty pictures to you. It's wild to me. It's crazy what people are doing these days. All right, let's see. Let me see if they're ready for me. Hey, welcome in. Can you hear me? Okay. You're good. Yeah, you're not on screen or being heard or anything like that. All right, so you're ready, and I'll be over there here in just a second, and we'll get started. And all right, let's see. All right, they can hear you. All right, so welcome in. Thank you very much for joining the panel, Vosh Schmidt and Homestead Winch. And do you guys have anywhere that you would like to start with the prompts?
In particular, I know I've got a couple that I'm excited for, like number 6.
Okay.
Well, we could start with number 6.
Well, so that one is one that I put as number 6 because Dave wants to be part of it. So when Dave can be part, we'll bring that one up for sure. And let's see. Dave says his main flex is, look, I can kick it with women that will do literally anything for $1. Yuck. Yeah, exactly. Brian Shapiro. Brian Shapiro. Yeah, Dave's talking about Brian Shapiro.
Okay.
That's funny.
I was about to be like, I quit.
I'm not
doing this anymore.
I was like, I did not expect that out of Dave.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hi, Jay.
Hello.
Hey, welcome in. Appreciate the engagement. Appreciate you being here. All right. So let me actually read the prompts for the audience. We'll start from there. So the first one is, the first one that I have, not necessarily the first one we'll start with, but people have long been looking for inclusion in various groups, activities, and even video games. This being partly what led to DEI. But how far can inclusion and appreciation go before it suddenly become cultural appropriation? Example, symbols and icons being seen as cultural appropriation instead of appreciation or inclusion. Where is that line? And I do get a lot of these prompts from my community. So if you have any prompts, feel free to send them in or bring them in. Doesn't necessarily mean we will get to them on that particular panel, but I will try to bring them up in future panels. Number 2, if dreams were recordable, should they be admissible in court? The women
I disavow.
I'm sure the women will like that one.
I disavow.
3. Well, you're not a woman, so
I accept that.
Number 3.
I am an outlier.
You are an outlier, yes. The both women on this panel are probably outliers. But anyway, number 3. Should parents need a license before having children? Number 4. Is boredom actually necessary for creativity? Number 6. How do we Christian conservatives say we need to bring back shaming, but also say we need to forgive our brothers, neighbors, whatever? Imagine you see someone with their private out in public, pride parade, or imagine someone assaults someone else, the not so great gangs. One person walks up and says, "You're a what not so great games." What am I talking about? What just happened, guys? Not so great. There's no such thing as great games. Jeez. Anyway, one person walks up and says, "You're a piece of," for doing that. Another walks up and says, "Forgive you for hurting my friend, my mother, my sister, etc." Who is right? Both? Neither? Is there a time between offense, shame, and forgiveness? If so, how long? And who decides the time length topic length? And then somebody wrote topics underneath that, and it threw me off there. All right. So let me see. Is there anywhere that we want to go with those prompts so far? No? Okay.
Ladies, any preferences?
You said way too many words, man.
I know. So it's funny because it's funny, and I don't know, maybe you probably won't know, but the ones that were sent in by my community are the two that are the longest. And then the 4, I guess there were 4 I said I put in, and they're just like one line questions, like short, sweet, to the point. But I guess they're like feminine according to some people.
I mean, when you're dealing with emotions, what else is it?
Yeah, it's feelings and emotions. I get it. It's fine.
And the dream one, come on, how is that not a female?
That's funny. That's gonna be a funny one if I can ever get somebody to actually give some pushback on that shit. All right, so I'm sure we're all gonna agree on that one, but we'll go ahead and start with that one.
I mean, I could strap my bra on real tight, okay, and push back.
That's funny.
Yeah.
See, Jay will help me. We'll push back. We'll be actual females for a whole 10 minutes. How about that?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that might hurt. I'm not sure about that.
It's 10 minutes. Take you a Tylenol. It'll be all right.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay.
Take a Midol. Deal with. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. So if dreams could be recordable, should they be admissible in court? And why?
Yes,
we'll add
absolutely.
the why. Okay, why?
Because it's my intuition, okay, and I believe that if I feel like you are cheating on me, and I dream that you were cheating on me, then by God, somewhere down the line, you are cheating on me, and therefore the children are mine, and you pay alimony, sir.
I don't know who.
I don't.
Go ahead, Jay.
I don't know if I can come at her with that.
Come on, put your bra on. Let's go. Put your hair up in a ponytail. Come on.
That's funny.
Ooh, that was pretty aggressive. I'm not sure I can match that.
You can. I come on. You're on my side. Remember the sisterhood.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Somebody give me something, and I'll push back.
It's not Taylor Swift. I don't listen to that shit.
That's funny. Dave in the chat says I threw up in my mouth a bit.
I mean, it's not easy. Okay?
That's funny. If dreams were recordable, should they be admissible in court? I sorry. So if anybody didn't see the stream where I talked about the girl that, so I loved this girl. And she called me one night and I was like half asleep or something like that. And she said that she had, was pregnant with my kid. And, I did not have relations with that woman or whatever, however that, dude talks. And, and so I was like, no, this is not possible. But I had the number, saved and I was like, no, this can't be possible. And she kept going with it. And, yeah, so anyway, long story short, dreams have always been an interesting thing for a lot of the guys that I've known. Their woman waking up and slapping them. I dreamt, did this happen? Anyway, anybody else on that? That was just fun. I'm sorry, that was just funny. Anybody else on that one though?
How do you even remember dreams? I don't.
I actually don't personally, but
Definitely.
Vosh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I remember a lot of my dreams, most of my dreams, but
Do you?
I understand what dreams are, and it's a conglomeration of what your brain has processed throughout the day being filtered while you sleep. So, I mean, yeah, it might be partially your intuition. There might be something to some dreams. I mean, I've had prophetic dreams where I dreamed something, and then sometimes even years later is when it happened.
Nice, Greg.
But that's not evidence. You can never count that as evidence. It's still your brain putting pieces together.
Sir.
So
how dare you call me a liar?
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Anyway, Vosh, you might be on the wrong mic. I'm not sure. Everyone, so like when you start to speak, it takes it a minute for it to pick up, and then you're kind of cut in and out, kind of. So see, I don't know if maybe it's a different mic or what it is for sure. Try to see if
There. How's those settings?
that's better. Now it
Yep.
sounds like there's a fan or something in your background. Definitely better. We can definitely hear you better though.
Okay.
There he goes. There we
I
go.
think I can remove the fan. All right, there we go. All right,
think that's
found the
better.
sweet spot.
All right. Okay, so we'll move past that ridiculous prompt.
Why'd you even put it in there then?
Because I thought it was fucking funny.
Because it's fun.
I was really
It's
kind of
fun.
hoping to get more people on the panel, that somebody would actually like kind of pull the dumb shit. You know, I'm trying. Neon Linen.
I tried.
Where is Avarice?
I mean, if you want me to devil's advocate,
Well,
if you
I mean,
want me to
I
play
tried
devil's advocate, I can do it.
right.
I tried that and it made
Like-
everybody throw up. So I don't
It
know
made
what you're
everybody
talking
throw
about.
up. That's
I mean, it was a little bit gross. I won't lie, but I mean,
That's why I don't
let's-
pull. That's
let-
why I don't
let's-
pull that
let's
bitch out of my pocket. Okay.
yeah.
It stays in pocket.
Just everybody's so that everybody's clear. These were facetious points. Nobody actually holds them. I'll vouch for all the women on this panel.
Okay, hang on. Let me play devil's advocate for a second. Let's expand
do it.
on some of the things some of the things about dreams. So it is a conglomeration of all the things that you've experienced. Your intuition does play a good part in how you react to those dreams. So if your brain is putting the pieces together, saying, "Oh, this person is cheating on me," and then you dream about them cheating on you, then I mean maybe there's something to that, and maybe you should trust your intuition.
Right.
Well, I could also say that's insecurities.
Right.
I don't like that description. I've been accused of being insecure when all I was doing
Disavow.
was upholding
Dis-
boundaries.
Disavow.
It's so bad. Neon Linen.
Disavow.
I think I've seen him around, but anyway, he says, "Where's Avarice?" Yeah, he would spice things up, I'm sure. I tried to get him to come on, but I guess he didn't
If
want
you
to be on
say
today.
his name 3 times, he's gonna show up.
Avarice.
He's
He
gonna
probably
be mad
will show
when he's
it to you.
not pre-vetted. Okay.
No, it's good. Anyway, let's see. Dave says Native Americans believe dreams are their ancestors. You bigot! That's funny. So in that case, then it would be, I mean, their ancestors telling them. And I'm not making fun of that. That sounded kind of rude. No, that's not what I meant. It's their ancestors telling them. So if it's their ancestors telling them, shouldn't it be admissible in court? We'll play the jester's advocate. Let's see. Apprentice says, "I'm totally invested in the dynamic camera cuts on Vosh." Anyway, sorry, this is just turning into a ridiculous stream, apparently. Okay, moving forward.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. We gotta have one every once in a while, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said before, if there's anybody new in the chat, please join the panel and make it more serious. I'm just kidding. Join the panel so I can laugh at you too. I'm just kidding. Sorry. I am a dictator after all.
Laugh at you.
I'm gonna have to make a new border around my picture that says dictator. Apparently.
Checks out.
We're all gonna laugh at you.
We're all That's all right. That's why I call myself a potato. Kind of expect it. So I laugh at myself constantly. What are you talking about? All right. So anything else on that ridiculous prompt?
No. And throw that
No, thank you
away.
for sparing me from having to chime in with, yeah.
You're good.
Anytime.
All right. Does anybody else want to put in a prompt we want to move to?
Let's see. Oh, the boredom actually necessity for creativity. I like that one.
And what's really funny is
also
that
like
one
that one.
was actually supposed to come before if dreams, because it kind of ties in, right? Like if boredom is necessary and then the dreams are kind of along with the same lines. And then Dave made me screw up the lineup. That's all right though.
We're used to Dave. It's fine.
Right. Let's see. So, is there anybody in the vetting? Yeah. Okay. So, what you'll want to do, Craig, if you can hear me, is if you're in the Discord, you read the rules. So now what you'll need to do is go to the Tater Talks vetting room. And if you don't see that, shout it out in the chat so that I can fix that. I am messing with, like I said, I restricted the Discord a lot more, so I'm kind of messing with permissions and stuff. So if things don't work out right, please don't get mad at me. I am a potato after all. All right. So, did anybody have any idea where we want to move to?
The boredom one.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I am a potato. Give me a break. I'm just kidding. You want to go ahead and start it off, Homestead?
Getting steamed over here.
Steamed. I'm steamed potato. Anyway.
I say no, but females are creative because they want to fancy up their home. Where like a bachelor will have the bare necessities, right? But a woman will do fancy little stuff because she wants something nice to look at. So the boredom part, no, but the creativity for a man probably needs boredom.
Fair. Anybody else?
Oh, see, I'm gonna have to disagree. Yep.
Good. Let's go.
I was actually on your side at the beginning. I was like, yeah, you kind of do need to be a little bit bored to get creative, but I had to disagree with myself immediately because all you need is purpose. All you need is purpose for creativity. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Apprentice.
What were you?
See, and I would say you have to. Boredom inspires you to search for that purpose and to seek out something to fill your time. And I think that's where the creativity comes from. But if your time is filled with stuff and constant stimulation, you never have time to be creative because you're constantly bombarded.
Well, I think there's
not
two
necessarily
different kinds. I think there's two different kinds of creativity. So you got creativity where it like spices up your lifestyle, and then you have the creativity of making your work easier. So laziness could also create. That's where most inventions come from. People are tired of doing shit the hard way.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah. Laziness leads to efficiency. Yes.
There you go. So there's half of it. But efficiency leads to boredom.
I still have to disagree, though, because I can be overstimulated by a classroom full of 8 2-year-olds by myself, and I still have to force myself and put effort into coming up with some kind of art project or craft every single day. And I have to be creative to do that, while being very, very overstimulated.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to come back to that one. I don't. You got me there. I'm in a corner.
Yeah. No. Like I said, I started out being like, no, you do need to be kind of bored to be really creative. But no, I think that's where the best creativity comes from, but not necessarily all.
So, sorry, I'll let you continue. Is there any other points on that before I change it just a little bit?
How are you going to change it? Because I was thinking that I was going to go on the laziness versus boredom aspect. Like, what kind of creativity are we talking about?
That's fair. So basically what I was going to say is because it sounds like we all agree that it's not necessary is what it sounds like.
True.
Sure. Yeah.
Boredom can do it. Things like that can do it. So if it's not necessary, does it vastly improve creativity?
I don't know. I don't know, because I watch my kids. My kids are teenagers. They're bored, and they still do the same bullshit every day.
That's fair. I remember.
Yeah, that's fair.
I remember constantly getting told that boredom is a state of mind, and if you if you don't want to be bored, then go do something. Get out of that state of mind.
Well, we weren't allowed to use the word bored at our house.
Yeah, right. Is a
Yeah.
bad word. No.
Yeah.
I always said, if you're bored, you're boring.
Right. Yeah. Well,
There
like
you go.
that. Yeah, exactly. It's a state of mind, or you yourself are the, if you get kicked out of 109 bars or whatever it is, right? So anyway, sorry, Craig, if you're listening, you will need to go into the rules page and react to the emoji. Even if you don't read the rules, please read the rules at some point. But if you do want to get on the panel, and anybody in the chat, I don't know where our viewers are going, but if anybody in the chat wants to come up on the panel and so I can laugh at you too, I mean, you can laugh at me too, then please do, right? Come join the Discord, go react to the emoji so that you can get into the Tater Talks vetting room, because you won't be able to see it unless it's just the 2 rooms that you'll be able to see until you hit that emoji. I've been doing a ton of restricting, and I'm not necessarily happy with it, but I'm tired of the P bots and stuff that are keep spamming everywhere else, and I just refuse to have it in my Discord. So anyway, anybody have anything they want to say?
It's funny how those bots will actually completely take over your account. So it's like, even though it's virtual, that thing still spreads diseases.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm talking about?
Repeat it. I got distracted for a split second and lost it all, apparently.
The P bots.
Yes. Uh-huh.
If you accidentally click on something, your account will be hacked, and then you have a virus. And I think it's hilarious that action, even virtually, still spreads diseases.
Right. I got you. I'm with you now. Yeah. That's yeah.
Just got to make sure to use protection.
Yeah, that's why
it's not 100%.
That's why I'm wrapping it up tight in my Discord. Oh
my gosh. Just cut off the circulation then, sir.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, Chaos Theory.
Oh my god, I'm glad I was muted for that.
Oh shit. Sorry, my degen days are popping its head back up out of this fucking ground, I guess. I don't know. Anyway.
That is what she said, sir.
Every day we stray further from God.
God help me. Anyway, Chaos Theory says that, or if you're bored, I got plenty of work around the house I can give you so you won't be bored anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, I've gotten that one. I got that one a lot when I was a kid, for sure. Boredom is a state of mind, or I got a lot of work. Or if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. When I was working at McDonald's for my first job. Hey, welcome in, Craig. Good to see you. I appreciate the engagement. I'm glad you found your way. Do you have anything to say when you make sure your permissions are all good and your mic's all good and everything like that? Can you talk? You're muted if you've muted yourself. I don't think your server muted, so.
Bosh.
We did it! Yeah.
It was requested.
Fair enough. Oh no, yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, all right. So, while we're waiting for that, was there anything else? Let's see. Is boredom actually necessary for creativity? Does it vastly improve creativity? Did we talk about that at all?
Yeah, we touched on it. I think boredom can definitely lead to creativity, but I think inspiration is really the best place to get creativity, because like rumination can often lead to a lot of art. Like that's how love songs are written. That's how depressed songs are written. Not necessarily rock anthems, but I mean those are creative too. But usually we think of like the more emotionally intense things as like the most creative, and that comes from inspiration, things happening to you, not necessarily boredom.
Sure. Fair. Anybody else? Can it vastly improve creativity, boredom, since it's not necessary? No? Chaos. Oh, look at that. YouTube deleting my messages again for no reason. YouTube.
I turned
being YouTube.
Craig's ability to
the
talk
unmute.
on.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Homestead.
Yes,
Yeah,
I got you.
we need to have a mod meeting. I've been meaning to have been trying to find the time, but apparently get y'all up to date and up to speed on exactly what permissions are needed. Welcome in, Craig. Appreciate the engagement. Was there anything you wanted to say now that you can speak?
Now I'm just listening. I don't know if we kind of switched conversations a little bit.
You're all right. We can go
I was
back.
trying to get on and stuff and got distracted.
You're good. Like I said, if it comes up, we can always come back to the subject. Because as you're watching, like a lot of people will start and they'll go back to the first of the stream or whatever, and then they'll do it in like 1.5 times speed or whatever, and then they'll jump on. So I just want to make sure if you want to go back to any point, if you remember something, feel free. Yeah, we'll move forward. Was there anybody else that wanted to speak on that topic while we're still on it? One last chance. Questions?
I mean, I think.
Go ahead.
I think another thing too, like as far as crate, because there's a difference between like boredom and like actual like identity. Because identity is going to just be like more passion based creativity opposed to just like things to fill the gap, and that usually creates more meaning.
Sure, that's fair. Yeah, and for anybody that's wondering, I just come up with some crazy prompts just to talk, just to have conversations, and then as we get more and more people that push back, we'll get some more controversial topics that we can maybe try to actually have some discussions. We try not to debate on this panel, though. All right, so is there anybody else on that? Questions, comments, violent reactions? All right. Let's see. So next one, let's see, is being offended ever a good thing? Let's go ahead and go to that one real quick. Is being offended ever a good thing?
Yep. Pending.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Because I mean, people who believe in something are gonna get offended by by something. And I think a lot of people now, like particularly on the right, generally like have tried to internalize the idea of being anti-offended because they're seeing examples of being offended that they don't see as justified. But like if you believe in something, there's something you find offensive, especially if you're protective over anyone or anything.
Sure.
Well, and shame only works if you get offended.
Fair. But
Yeah, I think
we
it could
need more
go. I think it
shame.
could go both ways. If you're offended, but you don't actually do anything with that offense, like you're saying, Homestead, with shame. If you don't actually take that offense and internalize it, and why am I offended, and do anything with it, then does it actually do any good, or are you just sitting in offense and not moving forward with it? So it could be productive. It could not be productive. It just kind of depends on your personality, I think.
Yep.
That depends. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. If you're not humble enough to figure it out or do an internal inventory, want to become a better person, that's true. But that's part of the offense part, right? You have to recognize that something is wrong, type thing. Like, and sometimes it takes being offended to get your attention, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when
Yeah,
I
we're on
think
the same
about it,
page.
I kind of think I'm reminded of all the people that I know that are never offended by anything, and their slogan is often,
heaven forbid,
nothing is
Leia,
safe, nothing
geez,
is
I'm just
sacred,
kidding. That's
everything's
okay.
on the table. So if you don't hold anything sacred, you're probably not going to be offended by anything. But if you hold some things sacred, as some things ought to be sacred, yeah, you should be justifiably offended.
It's fair. Anybody else on that?
And I'm in agreement. Yes, for offense.
Excuse me. Apprentice in the chat says offense and shame are not necessarily the same thing. It's a fair point.
That's true. But how does shame work unless you are offended?
Well, that's kind of what he's getting at is offense and shame. And it might be the interpretation of the word nowadays. I'm not sure, but you can't give offense, right? You can only take offense, and the way that offense has been blown out of proportion these days, and everybody just jumps to I'm offended. Is it really that good of a word to try to hold on to, or is it more of the shame that you feel? It's not. I don't. When I feel offended, it's more of a bowing up, and this could be a fight flight kind of thing. But I bow up when I'm offended, or if I choose to take the offense. Right? If I'm shamed, I'm going to feel like I'm a needle point tall. Right? There's a difference of that feeling. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. I was just trying to think like, so offended means like you feel something like, and so maybe I'm thinking about it wrong.
And again, it just, so like when you're shamed for doing something, you don't feel like you should have to push back on that, right? Well, and if you do, then it's going to be like cope, right? Where offended is, I mean, it's going to be cope too, but there's a different feeling. And I could be a potato on that. I could be wrong, but
I think offense, you generally walk in. If you're offended by something, you're generally irritated, angry, upset. Like it comes with those type of volatile emotions. Where shame, you're going to come away with feelings of less than, sadness, worthlessness. It's two different ends of the spectrum.
That's fair.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
that's fair.
Apprentice.
I guess I'm just used to toxic men where when they feel shame, they blame it on other people.
That's also fair, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I have some failed relationships for a reason.
Right. What are you going to say,
I
Vosh?
kind of have to disagree with you, Tater, on one point. I think it is possible to give offense. For instance, and maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong here, but do you think Jesus was intentionally giving offense when he called the Pharisees vipers and whitewashed tombs?
No, he was giving discipline.
True, but he knew that it would be inflammatory. He knew it would be offensive. So if you know something is going to offend, is that not giving offense?
No, that would be the shame you'd be giving.
Fair enough.
Apprentice in the chat says, if you are offended but do not feel the shame, you are either not wrong or not repentant. Shame is the acknowledgement / emphasizing wrongdoing. Offense can be a part of that, but it also can be a part of shifting responsibility. Well put.
Yeah.
Appreciate the engagement, guys, in the chat. Appreciate that chaos theory. Like I said, shame is needed. Offense, taking offense because I'm wrong and I don't want to accept it is different, right? Like kind of like Apprentice is saying, if I'm accepting it, then I feel shame, and shame is necessary. We need to bring shame back for sure. We need to stop letting people, especially our loved ones, guys, we need to start being kind again, not nice. We need to start telling them how it really is so that they understand what is best for them overall, not just right now. All right. Anything else on that?
I mean, I think if you find something to be justifiably like offensive, and sometimes in the grand scheme of things, which just goes into intuition, it just like, which I think is just sort of your subconscious collecting things up faster than your conscious brain. Like we don't always think through the full subconscious reasons behind things, but if you find something like for instance, if like I think it's justified to get offended at the idea of a lot of like sex offenders or something, people like go around looking for kids, like that's justifiably something to be offended by. That makes sense,
Sure.
So I mean,
I don't know if I would call that offended though, or just righteously pissed off.
Protection. That is protecting the children.
Right. Righteously upset.
Maybe a better example would be like when they put on the play where a blackballed lesbian was playing the role of Jesus in a play,
right.
and Christians were justifiably offended about that.
Well, I don't know if I would say that's offended or if that's a justifiably angry.
I don't know the difference.
No,
though.
you would be offended by something like that. You may be angry, but the angry comes from the offense.
The offense. Yeah, sure. I would agree with you on that.
Prentice in the chat says, shame is also not the same as shaming. Shaming is usually going too far and is for the express purpose of humiliation instead of correction. And that's a very good point too. But yeah, the offense in that case, I guess I can understand where you're coming from. But yeah.
Well, real quick on that, shaming is different, and yeah, the purpose of humiliation can be correction. For instance, if you and your best friend, who happens to be super out of shape and really fat, are running somewhere and have to jump over a fence, and you take a video of him failing because he's out of shape and fat, you've humiliated him, you've shamed him, and he goes out and decides to get in shape, lose weight, and get healthy again.
Were you the one recording me at the park?
How did you get personal? Oh, that's funny.
I personally think that humiliating people in a way that's going to be permanent, where even when they do better themselves, that's a little worse than just like there's something more productive, like just humiliating someone in privacy, or to not even humiliating, saying something like, and a man, just you and your friend, versus like video recording. Almost kind of like a lot of people I think go out of hand with like trying to like humiliate people, putting it online, because like if it's something that, if they do get over that challenge, they're still on the internet, and people still remember that. So that's just my opinion.
That's fair. JB in the chat says, I feel like this would never be a conversation at a construction site. Yeah, that's why I have to have it here, because I work construction. I can't have these conversations. I'm just kidding. But yes, this would never take place on a construction site. Farmer Cat, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're doing all right. Thank you very much for the engagement. And as always, anybody is welcome to join the panel. Farmer Cat. I'm just kidding. All right. So,
yeah, Farmer Cat, get up here.
Yeah, you always
quick,
get
I'm going to go put on my contacts so that my camera stops doing this thing.
Oh, is that what it is?
I'm still listening, but everybody keeps
chat was loving it, though.
Quick.
Apprentice says, Vosh, keeping the cuts keeping the tension. He did. Oh, man. I'm just kidding. Anyway, all right, moving on. I'll shut up and stop being a dick.
You're roboting.
Oh, am I? Son of a bitch. I don't even know anything that I would help it. Am I still doing it?
It's better now.
Yeah.
Fair. Now Vosh is not.
Start over. He can hear you. He said he could hear you.
Oh, he can hear me? I can't hear him. Oh, he dropped
out. Yeah, he said he was still listening. He was just going to go put on his contacts real fast.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, so anybody in the chat that doesn't know, I changed my Discord name to have the emblem for the eggplant and then the tater, so I'm a dictator. Knee slapper. Anyway, Apprentice says the difference, Vosh, in my opinion, is intent. Did you film it to show him what he looked like? Did you post it and laugh in his face? Shaming can correct, but it's not the ideal starting point. That's fair. You're fine, Farmer Cat. I was giving you a hard time. You just never come on my panels no more. And I feel offended. I'm just kidding. Since we're talking about offended. Anyway, putting up a fence. Oh, that sucks. Sounds like you need a strong man, in your life. Anyway, hey, well, Leia, welcome in. Good to see you. Do you have anything to say since you're the newest one on the panel?
Well, I will just say I made the point to Vosh in the chat, and he tends to agree, I do suppose. But I think the one thing we're not taking into account, I apologize, the thing we're not taking into account is sex or gender, right? Because I feel like this would work for men. I feel like I even talked about this a little bit on last week's panel. I can't remember on what subject, but women are very sensitive and they don't like to take accountability.
Wait, you're offended or I'm offended?
Or hear anything about
Who's
it,
offended?
right? Whereas men are not quite that way naturally anyway, unless they're liberal.
Disavow.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And so I feel like shaming could work more for men in that sense. Like, I'm going to show you this thing that kind of, I mean, y'all have these quote unquote shame rituals growing up, kind of bullying each other, right? That's kind of a natural part of growing up as a boy, but girls definitely don't do that. We would all be dead before we reached teenagehood. I mean, it would just be, oof.
Actually, that's a great way to lose friends. Ask me how I know.
Right.
Right, exactly.
Wait, are we supposed to actually ask you? I'm just kidding.
No. No. It was rhetorical.
I was being a smart ass. I'm on one tonight, boys, girls, taters, tater tots.
My wedges.
My wedges. My spigots. Anyway. All right. So was there anything else on that topic? Craig's like, these fucking people. All right. Anything else?
Good. I mean, as far as, I don't use the term bullying myself, but as far as like, I think it's also just determining difference, like between someone who's quote unquote bullying with you in your corner versus someone who's like always on who seems to rather be on your side, not in your corner. I think there's like, it takes, I guess, a bit of social intelligence to even navigate, I guess, who's just giving you tough love versus who has ill will towards you.
Sure.
And that's also like, rather taking advice or just learning from situations and stuff.
That's fair.
I can't disagree. To be fair, I was more meaning, like when I said bullying, I mean more in like a colloquial sense, like a jab, joking kind of a sense. I don't mean actual bullying. I mean,
that's the way it goes.
I don't condone that.
Well, it
like if I'm describing something that's like more heinous, I try to avoid bullying because it sounds more like playful. Not just sound, but like scientifically, the word's like derived from a flirtatious origin in England. And I try. It's like sort of like the word like teddy bear, because it's like
I don't know that.
Because it's an animal that represents male fertility, but it's said in a cute kind of manner.
It's fair.
And so,
I didn't know that about the bear.
On a lot of like bullying campaigns I see on like online, I'm just like in the like message tell people that she like it kind of undermines like but if it's like playful or something like it's just meant to describe something that's like not totally serious.
Sure.
Never showed you my.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I forget how the saying goes, but it's like men will tell each other the truth and mean it, while women will tell each other lies and not mean them. So, for instance, like women get together and say, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. Your dress is so great. You did your makeup so well." When actually they look fucking terrible. They look out of shape, and they could be doing way better. Whereas, guys will go up to each other and call each other the F slur, and like that's just how we get along.
That's because women are trying to change their gender norms, and they're also trying to make it where there's less competition because of this whole upside down. Like it's not even a conscious ideal of what's happening. It's just happening, and they don't understand. So the being fake to one another is actually their way of making sure that they get top pick in the breeding process, right?
Yep.
So if they keep the girls looking ugly, then they look prettier. And when they go out, they look better. And the other girl thinks that she looks fine because she's had all her insecurities petted. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And the men are unique in a way that when something works, they don't have to fix it. You know, so their gender roles are there for a reason. They've been there for millennia, since cavemen. So there's no reason to fix that.
Yep. Women, you listening? Just kidding.
I would hope
Not
so. I hope
anybody on the
someone's
panel, of
listening.
course, but you know.
No, I know what you mean. I'm
Okay,
right
okay.
behind you, Kay.
Yeah.
Right behind you.
Appreciate
It's
that,
ridiculous.
Homestead.
I'm really
It is.
hating this because I have 3 boys and 2 of them are of adult age. One is 23 in September.
Damn.
One is 19, and they have no girlfriends.
Poor
And
bastard.
I'm like, I feel bad for them, but there's nothing I can say or do, and there's nothing I can help teach them. I don't know how to teach them how to be a man.
Right.
And the men that I think I want is not what I want for them. Like, that's not how it works. Like, a man has to teach men, and women have to teach women. And if all these women are teaching them how to be fake ass bitches, then that's all we're going to keep having. And the men have to start sticking to their guns and being like, no, you're nasty. No.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Exactly. That's
That's
just it.
the only way this is going to
100%.
fix.
We got to stop simping. The men out there that are just paying these women for absolutely nothing. They know they're never going to get anything, but they're hoping for whatever reason.
Yeah, I do want to take the men's side here for a second, okay? Because you got all this huge population of women who are fighting for a fraction of the men, right? Like the 1%ers. They're all chasing the 1%ers, and they refuse to think that there's anybody outside that they could possibly get, right? So I do want to stick up for the men, and this is going to be hard for the men because it's not going to be easy for them to stick to their guns when they're lonely.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. But there's been a few of them I've turned down because I'm over it. I'm not playing the game no more, and I'm too old for it, for one. But we've got to start thinking about everybody's good and not just our own in the moment. And it's not doing anybody any good at this point. Doing what we've been doing.
It's actually making the world more messy.
Oh, big time.
And all I can see is my children, because I'm in a stable relationship. So this doesn't really affect me, but it's affecting my children's future. And I have a daughter who is 14, and she doesn't think that a man will like her.
You're such a girl.
So
girl,
she doesn't want
cat.
to be a mom
You're
or
awesome.
a wife. She wants
You're
to be
based, though.
some high,
Yeah, apprentice, exactly.
some high boss
Homestead
babe,
is
whatever,
based.
in a science field. And she doesn't understand that I can see where this is going, and it's not going to go in her favor.
Right.
Why doesn't she think a
I
guy
actually
could like her?
Hold on, Vosh.
Because she... Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just making sure Craig had his room, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was just that because she said, I was paraphrasing because I was trying to catch all of it because I think you said she thinks a guy can't like her or something, and that's what one thing that drove her to that mindset, right? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir. So she has insecurities. She is awkward. She is on the autism spectrum, so she is weird. Her sanitation, she's very good. She's not very good with hygiene yet. So she's a 14-year-old girl with a 7-year-old mind and a college level education. So she's stuck in this weird spot. So she can't see past it because of her mentality being that of a 7-year-old. So she's in this weird spot where she's like, men aren't going to, or boys, not men, boys are not going to like me. What's the point of me trying? And that breaks my heart.
I mean, I'm not in this situation too, so I don't want to like. I'm not making assumptions. I'm just like, I just know like a lot of kids though, like the school system's like designed to make a lot of kids have low self-esteem.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Especially white kids. I don't know if that's the situation with your kid or not. But I was just saying, like a lot of the general.
Do you see my sprinkler?
Is this Leah? Oh wait, is this Leah talking or home?
No,
faucet?
it's home.
Home
It's me.
faucet.
Yeah.
Home faucet.
Home-
Yes, sir.
home
I
faucet.
glow in the day.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's what they. I used to have a lot of self-esteem issues too, and a lot of
Hey, birds aren't even real. Good to see
like,
you.
Basically,
Appreciate the engagement.
I've noticed that
I am a nerd.
all of Western kind has been infected with all sort of pathogens, anti-whiteism, white guilt, and even white people who seem to say they don't have white guilt, they've still been infected with some kind of negative thoughts that are lurking in the subconscious. Like it's not healthy, regardless someone can get over it or not. And that's what I was practicing: the go free method, alignment with Western kind, just a lot of ways breaks the cycle, which I'm not saying that fixes every problem in the world, but basically all white people are more limited to their full potential psychologically to some
Yes, sir.
varying degree. I mean, like
No,
little
I
things,
agree.
like for instance, like in the newer edition of Go Free, like it goes before Jason Kuna even coined the word, which he didn't know that it existed before. Another person in our community showed that the word anti-white existed other times in history, was erased from the dictionary, and they keep putting the word racist in place of anti-white. And a lot of conservatives, they understand the concept of taking words out of your vocabulary as a way to control your thought process, but they don't realize putting in place another word can do the same, which it would be one thing if this was completely at one's will of their speech, but like people holding on to the framework of the word racist and saying that's free speech, that's like calling Stockholm syndrome consent. And it changes the whole framework. So it's not just the verbiage that it changes. And also, but is going free and using all these different psychological methods of lexicon, which I'd suggest anyone to go pick up Go Free Alignment, the Architect of Western Kind. It's cheaper on Amazon. You can go to No White Guilt's channel directly, or his webpage directly, but get it either way. But I noticed just because individualism is a big cause for that, for a lot of people not having an identity and not having a collective sense of identity. And they just feel alone and they have to go their own direction. That's what individualism has done. But I'm not narrowing down the situation to all that because I'm not, in that situation. But I know every white person alive today has been infected with some anti-white pathogens.
Well, I do believe I've purged all of those parasites myself, sir.
It's fair.
If I was infected at it at any point, I am no longer.
Amen. Right?
You're saying something
also,
about the church.
What was that, Leia?
Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt. I was trying to.
You're good.
Wait for a space there. There's definitely complicated things at play here, without a doubt. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of it really can boil down to just coming of age type deals, right? I think sometimes we miss the horses looking for zebras, if that makes sense. And I think it's really difficult. In our culture, we don't really talk about like puberty, for example, and everything that comes along with it, especially as like our normative genders, because Lord forbid, we play into gender stereotypes, etc. And so you don't really know what to expect unless you have parents that prepare you, right? And so your body's going through all these changes. And I also know as a parent, I can't imagine how strange that would be and like awkward and like, so like I'm not judging regardless, but anyway. And so like you're going through all these things. I mean, I remember that time in my life when I was a teenager and had all these big feelings. Like it was really difficult. My body was doing all types of things. And I cannot imagine if I was in a teenage body, but my mind was also not caught up with that. That has got to be incredibly difficult. Like, I know, you know, your kid's incredibly intelligent. That's, I don't ever question that, but it's like the maturity level, like you were just talking about a few minutes ago. And so I can't imagine that that's easy, right? And yeah, I mean, I'm sending prayers and virtual hugs because I try and put myself in people's shoes and like think that I would handle a situation, and that one I'm kerfuffled and baffled. I have no idea, honestly.
Fair. So real quick before we get moving too far away from it, JB asked competition. We were talking about men or women, and he said, who would you say are more competitive, men or women? Kind of curious what the panel thinks.
Definitely men.
Bosch Schmidt says men.
Both in different ways.
Both in different ways. Okay. Anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the same thing, but I mean, men are just more universally, a little bit more universally competitive. And I'd also say context too, and like framework and social framework changes a little bit. Like there's some contexts that the more assertive thing to do is to be more dominant, and there's other life situations where the more assertive thing to do is just be more stoic or laid back, or kind of just picking your battles a little differently. You know, there's some situations where pointing out who's moral or immoral matters more. So I think it's situational.
Sure. What would be considered competitive?
Women telling other women they look great when they don't.
So that's kind of what I'm getting at. Yep.
Yeah, that's,
I think women are more competitive socially, but men are more competitive physically.
Yep.
I concur. I second that motion.
I completely agree. I think women are more competitive kind of underhandedly.
Yeah.
There are women who have some more masculine qualities, and so they'll be outwardly competitive at certain things, right? Or sporty or tomboys. But for the most part, women have this kind of underhandedness, like they want to be competitive without saying they're competitive. You know, kind of like what Home Closet was talking about earlier, these types of things. It's usually in the social hierarchy or to try and get a man, for example, etc. Whereas men are more outwardly, pragmatically competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, men, when they get beat in we'll throw sports out there, for example. If a guy gets beat in sports, he's, gonna, good game. And he's going to go home and he's going to do whatever he can to improve and to make himself better so that the next time he comes into combat, he can, best the best. However, women are going to say good game while they're secretly plotting, how to claw their eyes out or, how to steal their man so that they're demolished before the next game, or like they're just vindictive about it while still saying good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
a hammer to their kneecaps.
Yeah, right.
So a little bit of a story back history on.
I feel offended by that.
On me, on my background. So I had a sister who had been born with bad knees, and both of them had to be surgically broken and then rebuilt. And it pained me. Like I had sympathy pains, I had growing pains, whatever, I don't know, at the same time that those were going on. But anyway, long story short, I was a degen, and I was like, I'm going to become an assassin, and my trademark is going to be a claw hammer to the kneecap and take them out.
Ooh.
And yeah.
Tater,
about it,
have you ever been interested in figure skating?
The hell is wrong with me? Figure skating. That's funny. Yeah, right. That's funny. Anyway, yeah. So a little bit of a degen history on me. Anyway, I haven't welcomed in Emmett. Thank you for joining the panel, buddy. Was there anything you wanted to say while you have the floor?
Not really. When it comes
That's
to woman hating, I'm over it. People are retarded. Women are retarded. Men are retarded. We
That's
can
fair.
both be retarded. It's fine. Who cares?
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
but the difference is women won't even admit they're retarded, let alone actually try to fix the retarded.
I don't know if you ever
retardation.
talk to a
Sorry.
retarded man, but they usually think they're the smartest guy in the room. Okay.
Are we really going to have to
You
argue
get-
about
they're
if
gonna
men
be
or
like-
women are
They're gonna
more
be telling you. They're
retarded?
literally going to be telling you how to fix
Good to see
the
you, Static
car.
Age. If you
You're
don't know,
like,
he has his own show too.
Bro, I'm trying to fix a bike, but I have a car. So I
Right, which is
understand.
like annoying.
But it has nothing
Right?
to do
Going
with
on a road
me or
trip.
the conversation or anything at all. You retard. So yeah, the
No,
both are
look,
retarded.
I
And they
completely
both,
agree.
we usually
Like,
don't even know that they're retarded. It's fine.
look,
care.
I can't disagree. Like, we go on a road trip, the hubby refuses to ask for directions. He puts together my daughter's crib and it takes him 2 days, and he will not look at the instructions. That's incredibly frustrating, right? But, like, women are,
man.
like, deleting their children and claiming that it's liberation and
Right.
their right to bodily
Let me put it this
autonomy,
way.
and, like,
I
men won't ask for
understand.
directions.
I really understand the fascination the women have with the deletion of babies, right? It's a little bit frustrating that they have those kind of fascinations. But when it comes to things I've learned, when it comes to men can be absolute cretins and horrible creatures too. There was the only men who were this is in Mexico, I apologize, I'm from there. But the only people who were in jail for abortion before it was legalized in that state were 12 men. And the reason why is because they were trafficking
Would that be a femcop?
women and they were forcing abortion on said woman. So at the end of the day, when it comes to those kind of horrible scenarios, both men or women are horrible. I don't care to say women are worse than men are worse than women. We all are, the dirt under the soul. We have to come to Christ to get rid of that. Yes, there are problems when it comes to how we deal with it, but at the end of the day, if you want to actually come to a conclusion, you have to be able to do it through a lens of, through the lenses of religion, because that's the only way you're going to have any kind of redemption.
Yep.
So yes, there is horrible the way that we see men and women and the relationship between them, and they're different. But when it comes to being retarded, both men and women are retarded, and they both will think they're the most intelligent person in the room.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Since men are more competitive, they're more retarded too, because we win even at that.
And that just proves the point that men are more competitive right there. All right. So
we won it, boys.
Right. So
we did it.
We'll move on to the first prompt. I think it was sent in by one of the people in the Discord, but people have long been looking for inclusion in various groups, activities, and even video games. This being partly what led to DEI. How far can inclusion and appreciation go before it suddenly becomes cultural appropriation? Anybody want to start on that one?
Let's start on that one because I study video game design. So, woman, you like crochet. Keep doing that. Okay? We like to play with plastic crack and figurines and paint them and throw dice and be super nerdy. Okay? Get on your lane. Keep us on our lane. We can be retarded in different ways. Okay? Thank you for the appreciation. Just, you do you. We do we. Bring back segregation when it comes to gender, please. Please.
Yeah. What Emmett is saying is, as far as Warhammer 40K goes, no girls allowed.
Yeah, sorry.
Fair. Fair.
No female space marines.
It's funny.
No.
I mean, I think inclusion's really usually always just a pretext for usually just to commit white erasure and either a workplace or white erasure anywhere, and just to discriminate. I don't think most examples where people say they want inclusions really for their group.
Yeah,
I think
include who they want to include. They don't want to have to include everybody if they don't want them. Like there should be some level of
Exactly.
we want to include the people we want to include and exclude the people that we don't want here.
Like example,
Hey,
like
Bandit,
the
welcome
first
in, buddy.
historical time in American history
shit.
that the word racist was ever used from some guy. Now Henry something, forgot his name, but like wrote it in an article complaining that there was separate white schools for black schools, and then he started a campaign, and then anyways that resulted in a law where white kids aren't allowed to have all white schools. They have that just for them, which I'm not saying if that's good or bad in itself, but that did not make it illegal for any other race to do it. It only applied it just to white people. So it wasn't like pro-black in any way. It was just anti-white. It's not like that resulted in blacks not having all black schools like they have now. So I think it was just about not letting white people have that. And I mean, especially in the examples where that narrative is used in anywhere in Western civilization.
Well, this may be a bit of a hot take, but I don't believe in cultural appropriation. I don't believe in it. It's one of these buzzwords that's made up. It's complete BS. Because, for one, everybody that believes they started something, right? One of the biggest things that I see grouped into this category of quote unquote cultural appropriation is white girls with braids, right? Even though we know braids go back to the Vikings. And I don't know how many of them are not white, right? We could go on and on and on with these examples, practices that people believe might have started within the Mexican community or many other communities, and in fact started with Native Americans, right? Like, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of these cultural things people hold on to as a quote-unquote thing from a quote-unquote their culture aren't even from their culture. And it just shows how uneducated about their own culture people really are, which is ironic, right? That's first of all. And second of all, like, we've gone way, way, way past this point in time where we were hateful toward this group or that group. There's only one group of people. I hate to be in agreement with the white agenda here. But there's only one group of people it's acceptable to be hateful toward in America today, and it's certainly not any other culture than the whites. So, the only person you're allowed to be racist toward is a white person. That's the only person that's acceptable. So I feel like, when you have the cultural appropriation is defined usually as benefiting from taking elements from a culture, which is a big part of the definition that people miss, is a financial gain, cultural benefit, right?
Did you see me looking around when you
Who is
dipped?
a minority? That's also part of the definition. Who is the minority? When you're not the minority, your culture cannot be appropriated. It's literally part of the definition. So.
And I don't understand why it's so offensive in the first place, because that's how you conquer other nations without actual bloodshed, is you make them adopt your culture. So if people are voluntarily adopting your culture, why are you upset about that?
Well, the one thing I'll say is cultural appropriation is just utilized as a cudgel, right? Because nobody, if one of those black persons would do something that is from Africa and he's never been in Africa, doesn't understand anything about that Africa except, I don't know, they put up a ring in the neck, nobody will say anything. It's just them whites doing the bad thing, right?
Of course.
It's every single time that they've talked about this kind of philosophical attitudes, the reason why they do it is just the power, right? They're using power to try to cudgel the way that people behave, and try to
A form of
shame
control.
people into acting. Yeah, it's a shame tactic. They're trying to shame. This is why we have to bring shame again, okay, people? We have to bring shame. We have to do it in the good way. Okay, we're gonna shame you into
Amen, in a
compliance.
good way.
Okay, we're gonna do it in a good way.
I think
So
what makes
you got
it a
your
good
kids
way.
out in public, we're gonna shame you because you're not supposed to fucking do that.
Yep.
You go out and say, "Oh yeah, I look at my tattoo of Satan." We're gonna be like, "Shame on you!" Okay, you're a shameful person. I'm gonna shame you until you stop being that retarded. Because at the end of the day, it's what you are.
Yep.
So yeah,
But-
it's just the same thing that they're using their religion. Whenever they tell you they're not religious, they're lying. They're absolutely religious, and this is a religious claim. You're bad because you're white. Is pretty much what it means.
Hey,
right?
Werewolf, good to see you.
You're
Appreciate the
attacking
engagement,
the
man.
culture of other people because of they have different skin color or a little bit of a different culture. It's just their way of shaming you.
Yeah.
So you go back to them and you will tell them you're a horrible person. Go back to Christ. You shame. Okay, that's what you ought to do.
Yep. Craig, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So, like, when shame's perceived as good as bad, that's has more to do with the framework too, though.
Yeah.
Like, than
Me
just
too, Cat. Me
shaming
too.
in general. But we just say like it works depending on how it's framed. Like, for instance, if someone's being anti-white, like, I'm not gonna respond by doing the same thing and being like,
Secret
calling
handshake.
him some racial slur or something, which
Should
I've
come
seen.
up with a new emoji.
You notice every time that happens when, like, let's say a white person's hassled by, rather if it's a non-white anti-white, and then they choose to, respond by calling him a slur instead of pointing out that they're anti-white, they get in trouble. But if they point out, you're being anti-white and whatnot, then they're not able to actually, like, frame it that way. Like, the R word literally only works as an anti-white slur. There's never has or ever will be, like, a way that it works in conversation with executing anything but for that purpose. And if you even check out, like, any cases where people try to pull that,
of course you have,
like,
Cat.
just the verbal
Of course you have.
framework of, like, what's the basis of why this is wrong is what it's framing. Like, is this because, like, is it wrong because they're of this race, or is it because they're being anti-white, and people can't disagree with that?
Sure.
Not even in the courtroom either. If you look up any case where people, try that every time, rather it's a courtroom or any other situation, like, any time that someone wins,
For real though, right?
against being called those slurs, or wins, against someone who committed a anti-white crime, and they're trying to, get their trouble for an anti-white hate crime, that those words and frameworks 100% every case where someone wins, almost, except I've seen like one or two.
Fair.
Wasn't the case, but
fair. So, going back to the prompt, people have been long been looking for inclusion in various groups, activities, and even video games. Where is the line before it becomes a problem that we include everybody that comes along?
I mean, I personally think immediately, if you don't want somebody in a group that you're running, you should not feel compelled to include them.
Fair.
I mean, if your employer has like, I don't know, like right to work states, they can fire you for any or no reason at all.
Of course, Cat.
I think it should be the same in any kind of social group. If you want to expel somebody from your group for any reason whatsoever, or even no reason, you should have the right to.
And who gets to decide that on a bigger level, we'll say?
I mean, I think there is no bigger level than the group itself. If there's a designated leader of said group, that person can make the decision for themselves, or if it's more democratic as the group, then the group can decide whether that person can join the group or not. It's kind of like a church. Churches can say, yeah, we believe you're a child of God and you should be able to repent, but your lifestyle does not fit this, what we're looking to include. So until your lifestyle fits our lifestyle, we cannot include you in our community.
Yeah, it is dependent upon your actions.
Yes.
Either you accept Space Marines as they are, or you can go play Barbies.
Exactly. Go play with some Barbies. If you want to give her a machine gun, you go right ahead, but stay away from my Space Marines.
So where we've always been the melting pot of the world, What are you basically saying there?
I'm saying the melting pot experiment has been an abject failure, and trying to meld together all of the different cultures has resulted in everyone splitting right back apart.
So I
feel like it's
disagree
the
with
Tower of Babel all
Washington.
over again.
I will disagree with Washmith on this one, but just for one reason. Okay? The melting pot of the culture is not you come here and change my culture. Is you can come here and adopt my culture. That is what it is.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I can agree with that, Emmett. Yeah,
Okay,
So
I
that's
don't
good
care if you come
clarification.
here and you bring good food. Fine, don't give a fuck about that. That's not the culture. That's you come here and you act like an N-word. Then that is a problem. You're not gonna do that. We have a way of acting. That is the way that we ought to act. You're gonna adopt my principles, my culture. That's the point.
Of course not, Kat. Of course not.
That is the melting pot.
Right. So
I think
with that
actually
being
a
said, where do we draw the line? You just admitted they can bring their food over. So where do we
That
draw
is the line. You can bring your food. That is the only thing you can bring with you.
You can't bring your art. You can't bring your music. You can't bring nothing
Language.
else. You can't bring your language. No, you
nothing.
can't bring their
You
language.
can't even bring
No.
your language. You can't even bring your language. You have to adopt mine. That's the melting point. That's it.
I think
I think that is a bit different.
a good way to say it from Emmett's perspective, and now mine, since I agree, is the melting pot can work, but the temperature is not high enough. Like the ingredients are not mixing together. Like or the people are coming over here and refusing to adopt the culture of the land and bringing firmly their own. So I think the line is you can keep your culture in your home, but once you go out in public, you need to be living by the culture of the land.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And that's integration, right? We expect that other immigrants, but I think when it comes to this line of quote unquote culture appropriation, which when I hear it reads to me much like systematic racism, right? It's like, where is that at in today's society, right? And
Okay,
so I don't think there's a line. When it comes to that, which is a different kind of subject.
I'll be back a little bit later. I need to drop down, but thank you for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming.
It's always good to have Emmett. If you guys don't know in the chat, he does have his own show. Even though he didn't shout it out, I'll go ahead and shout it out for him before we move on. Go ahead, whoever was just about to say something.
I mean, it's not a matter of if there is R-wordism, because once you understand that it's just an anti-white slur, that's what I'm saying. Like, if let's say, an example, like in a classroom, they notice the white kids statistically are getting higher grades than the black kids. They're not wrong when they say that's racism. It's because racism just means white are not anti-white enough. The part that made it racist wasn't that black kids were failing, it was that white kids were winning. And once you understand the definition, it's not hypocrisy or calling it where it's not. It's just they're consistent. Just anything good for white people, that's what it means, and that's the correlation.
Well, while I respect a lot of the things that you've said about the whole anti-Hawaiiism, I will have to push back there, because even if it's not very advantageous to admit it, right, I think that there definitely is a such thing as the racism, if you will. That's definitely, being from the Deep South, I've seen it, both against Hawaiites and non-Hawaiites. And it's to say that it simply doesn't exist is kind of to me. To say that it's not a systematic problem, I would completely agree. It's not systematic within our culture. It's not a widely held belief. But to say it's just a way to insult the Hawaiites is, for me, maybe just a step too far.
I didn't say it didn't exist. I said it's a different definition. Like, because the term, even by definition of the word,
Thank you for posting that, Homestead.
Slur means connotation of a word. So anything that has a racial connotation is a race. So like, it would be like trying to claim back the N-word and be like, oh, the N-word does just a racial slur. It could mean this, but it's like useless trying to realistically, like, use it as see it as anything else. It just the connotations there.
Okay.
But on top of that, though, I'm not disagreeing. There's anti-blackism, anti-Jewism, anti-non-whiteism, and stuff like that. I'm just saying, when you see that, even if you don't embrace the word itself, but I'm saying when we analyze people who use that or point out this or that, there's a consistency, and then it's easier to see what the actual basis of the attack is. Like if they always arrive at an anti-white conclusion, that means all their excuses were just pretexts. In the pattern, you can usually predict, depending on
to get there.
How they got there.
Which that part I can definitely I can see that part. I apologize if I strawmanned you. That wasn't my intention. That was kind of what I was taking away from what you were saying. So if I got that wrong, I'm sorry. That's the way that I took it. So that's kind of why I was like, whoa, now wait a second. But I definitely agree with that premise that the way that it is used colloquially, usually by woke people these days, it is usually as some type of, maybe not even an insult to the whites, but a buzzword to kind of virtue signal and somehow place themselves above the person that would make such a comment, for example. So I can definitely agree with that part of it.
Yeah, it's also just lexiconic use of a word too, because there's also in what instance is this word useful versus this word too, and that's another thing I mentioned, words and how people how it affects the conversation stuff. But I just, one thing that I really just from practice that I really passionate about is how framework of conversations are mainly lexiconic opposed to just even the substance. And the substance of the conversation changes from the tiniest details. So, but I'm probably ranting on a little bit about too much about that. I'm just ranting on.
You're all right. So I kind of going back to the prompt. So basically we're allowing food, music, but not language. We're allowing what do we allow? Because again, we want people to feel like they have a place to be able to find peace if they need it, right? There's got to be some kind of an asylum for people that do actually need it. So when they do hit our doors, what are we supposed to tell them? What do they, in that case, in an emergency, how do we allow them into our country?
Well, I think this is a bit of a different question than
That's
the
fair.
original question, which is about cultural appropriation. Just so that I understand, let me try and still in here, right?
That's
so
fair.
if I've got your question, if I've got your question correct, and tell me if I'm wrong, what you're trying to ask is how far should we allow people to go without assimilating or outside of their attempt to assimilate, so that they have some type of feeling of their home or their culture outside of America, for example, since that's where we are.
Sure.
Before it's a problem. Is that what you're asking?
So this was actually sent in by Chaos Theory. So I'm not completely sure what she was trying to get at in full. I understand that it does comment on cultural appropriation as the term, but the example that's given is symbols and icons being seen as cultural appropriation instead of appreciation or inclusion. Where's the line that we draw there? So again, going back to icons and symbols, I would attribute that to food and music, which we do accept.
Sure.
So where do we draw the line?
Actual icons,
that's
religious
fair
icons,
too.
right?
Sure. And well, with religious icons, then we have to be careful. Greg's phone just died.
Or else it's blasphemous.
Sure, yeah. So
I think.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think this is that question, as I understand it, is possibly one of the best questions we could answer when it comes to the problem of immigrants assimilating, because at the end of the day, it's the question of how far do they need to go before they can still keep a piece of themselves and their homeland.
I didn't read
will.
it, so I read it the first time, but I didn't read it when I was trying to
too far. It's
start the prompt, and that was
no bueno, right? And I think that the simple answer would be to prioritize their culture, their homeland, whatever you might say, over America. Because, and maybe I'm just too patriotic, I don't know, but I happen to truly believe we're the greatest, freest country in the world, right? And if you come here, it's probably for a reason. Like, your own country is not doing well, is not safe, won't accept you even, whatever the case may be. And so if you come here, I feel like you should denounce wherever you were from, pledge allegiance to America, and be happy to adopt Americanism, whatever that might mean, our customs, traditions, values, etc. So, I don't know. I think, examples like we already brought up, like the food, music, things like this, it's great to share those with people, right, from all over the world. But I really think those kind of, I would call them surface level things, would be where I would draw the line. Like, I don't want Islam brought to America. Theory,
very fair.
Just for example, right? If I had it my way, it would be out with Islamists. Out, shoot, get right out of America. Call me what you want. It doesn't. It just doesn't mesh with America and our values. And so, if you have an extremist religion, etc., no bueno for me.
I think what it boils down to is you have you can, when you come over, you can have your own, you can keep your own beliefs, you can keep your own practices, you can even keep your own language. What you do in your own home, whether you decorate the way that your homeland does, whether you speak your native tongue, whether you only eat your native foods, whatever it is, you can do that within your own home, within your own social circle, if everyone agrees on that point of things. But it's the forcing it on the people that are native to this new land that you've come to. So, if you like, I agree with you, Leah, that like, I don't necessarily want Islam here, but if they come peaceably. They are refugees and they keep their religion to themselves, but they're not demanding that we give them sanctuary cities. They're not demanding that we give them Sharia law. They're not pushing their beliefs on us. Then they're free to choose to believe whatever it is that they want to believe. Same with the Hispanics that are coming over, the African Americans that are coming, whoever it is. You're absolutely free to keep your culture in your own home and your own social circles. Just don't force it on the rest of us who you came to this country to be part of us. So don't force your beliefs on us.
The problem with that, though, is these people are getting in large groups in one area, and they are keeping their language and their culture and their religion in their home and in their social circles, but they're expanding that social circle to be in an entire town or an entire city, and then they're changing the laws based on that. And according to our system, that's perfectly fine. But we need to absolutely reject that because these people do not mean us any good.
Right, I agree.
Especially in the Muslim, in the Muslim aspect, is like they have a prerogative to deceive non-believers in pursuit of their religion. So we should not be admitting them at all.
Yeah, that's why I completely agree. That's why I brought up Islamists for that particular example, is because this isn't Catholicism or arguably Judaism, depending on who you ask, etc. This isn't a peaceful or peaceable religion. This is a religion whose leaders, the head of the snake, if you will, publicly say out loud that they will not rest until Islam is in every home, or else, basically. I won't TOS us, but so if they believe this is not a thing that's possible to assimilate with American culture. They just don't mesh. But with other types of more peaceable religions, I would completely agree. Yeah.
So, so as Christians, to hell with all the rest. Is that what I'm getting here?
Well, no, like I said, with more peaceable religions, because it's America, if we were a theocracy or a monarchy or something else, it might be different. But since we are in the freest and best country in the world, go ahead and bring them in. But just with Islam as the particular example, because it's actually dangerous to us, I do think it's different.
Well, and I where I don't disagree with you, there's going to be people in that area that have no idea of a better way, and when they get told that better way, they'll assimilate fully and agreeably, but we don't know that until they're allowed in.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. Perhaps we can make it more to say Islamists who refuse to, but see, even if you were to say who refuse to convert, their beliefs literally teaches that it's not only acceptable, but preferable for you to lie.
Yep. Told to, if you're a devout. Yep. So that's the thing, is it's a very fine line that as Christians we have to walk, and people don't understand that. Agreed. And that's why I'm trying to bring it in a light that people can comprehend, that even people sitting around agreeing with each other, this is a hot topic, and we need to actually get to the bottom of where everybody's going to benefit in a Christian mindset. But we are America, and America should come first, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
So
yeah, I don't know. The Christian spin on it definitely makes it a lot more of an interesting topic, but I kind of do feel like, a little bit screw all the rest. Like, we have America, we have our own problems, we are currently the world's police, and we're involved in a lot of things we shouldn't be. Like, we kind of need to focus on our own thing and screw the rest of the world so that we can get our shit together.
It's fair. Anybody else on that?
I would like some pushback on that, because it doesn't feel like a Christian perspective or a Christian way to be, but do we prioritize
yes and no.
our own Christian communities over helping our other neighbors?
I mean, Scripture says that you are to get your own house in order. So that makes complete sense, that we have to get our house in order. We have to get our country in order in order to be a benefit to anybody.
You brought the chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't fill another's cup when yours is in debt.
No.
Anybody else on that? So what are we supposed to do for these people that do need saved?
Why is it our job to save them? Just because we're Christian?
Isn't that what the Bible tells us to do, is go forth and spread his word?
Does it? To everybody that needs saving, though? I mean, I understand that's what the Bible says, but does it say that we have to literally save every single person or convert every person possible?
Well, at the end of the day, every knee shall bow, so a little bit, but I think the way that we need to do that is to be the shining city on the hill. Be the example, say, hey, this is how we got to be so awesome, and here's how you can do it too.
Yeah, I can respect that, instead of, trying to just accept Islamists,
I agree on that one,
to say, like, hey, you're welcome to come here. You can absolutely be a refugee if you will denounce Islam. And you don't even have to convert. You can be an atheist. And it's a deportable offense if we find out that you're practicing Islam. I know. That's a hot take. But there's rules when you're an immigrant. And if you break them, you get deported.
Yeah.
Static
Well, I mean,
communists.
scripture backs that up too. I mean, we have, we walk in covenant, and we have a covenant that was given on Mount Sinai, and the people said,
Yeah,
we
static
will, we
age.
will do all that you
I
said.
understand.
It
I'm
is
just
our
trying to give him a
responsibility
little
to walk in
pushback
that
is all.
covenant. And if we choose not to, what did he do to Israel all throughout the Old Testament? He was booting them out, shunning
Right,
them,
birds? Right.
putting them into situations where they were in slavery.
Hey, Evan
I
Max,
mean,
good
he
to
was
see ya.
constantly reprimanding them for walking outside of that covenant. So yes, we have a set of laws, we have a set of rules, and if you choose not to obey those rules, you're out.
Yeah, for sure,
It's pretty
Craig.
simple.
You're welcome back, buddy. Any
Yeah,
Thursday
I
you
couldn't
want to
agree
come back
more.
on.
It's like when you have an addict, a recovered addict in your family or friends, close circle of friends, right? Anybody who has been through that understands there comes a point where they come to you and they ask you for money or want you to bail them out of a situation or need to borrow your car or whatever the case may be, that you've got to tell them, like, no, absolutely
No.
not. Because there
Right.
comes a point where it's enabling that behavior.
Right.
Even if you're not trying to or intending to, it's allowing them to continue in the spiral of addiction, right? And I think it's the same with many other harmful behaviors, right? There's a point where you're not only accepting, like you're trying to be loving and accepting like Christ would want you to be, but you're in fact enabling that behavior. And I think
understand that feeling, Craig.
the way that we
Come on back
accept
another
immigrants
time.
now is enabling
It was
them
good.
to act the way they do and do things like burn American flags and raise the flag of their home country in an American street when no American would surely do that in Mexico or any other country, right?
Right.
So,
well, not only would we not do
Someone's
it, it
gonna
would
get-
be a severe punishment if we did.
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere else that you go, you don't follow their rules, and there's
Absolutely.
a lot of death that happens, right? So
absolutely.
but it is typically where I had been shutting my panels down, and I know that Jay is in a later time zone, so I wanted to give the chance to dip if she needs to.
Yep, I am going to call it for the night. So you guys have an awesome night, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, absolutely. You're always welcome back on. Thank you again for all the
Thanks for
pushback and the talk, and God bless.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Jay.
Yeah, Homestead, appreciate you posting that. Again, if anybody wants to join the panel, you're welcome to join the panel at any time. Tonight, we might wrap up here before too much longer. It's been a little bit of a day for me. The Crucible is live as well. That's another thing that I noticed is he did. Apparently, he just went offline. And Speakeasy was online, but now he's not. Apparently. Is he? Yeah, he's live, it looks like. Not sure why it's not. Anyway, long story short, they have some drama going on over at Speakeasy, so if you want to go join that, feel free. But did you guys have anything else to say on the topic at hand?
I don't think so. I think I've given all the hot takes that Tater Tots can handle tonight.
Fair.
Yeah.
Feeling
a little crispy right now.
Fair. Sunshine says, what's your take on the situation between Western kind, especially America, and Japanese manga artists? I can't honestly say that I know much about that, to be completely honest. Hey,
isn't
Homestead,
that porn? Isn't...
Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry.
You're good, go ahead.
I was just going to say, isn't it porn? Manga, isn't that a type of... Like, I could be wrong.
No,
but...
you're thinking of hentai.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm not good with anime.
There's
Apologies.
less tentacles involved.
Right, you know.
Yeah. So Homestead, appreciate you posting that because I'm not sure why I wasn't seeing the Crucible on my list, but yeah, they're live. So I might put that in the chat for a ghetto raid when we're done here before too much longer. But yeah, I don't know much about the manga artists. I'll have to maybe look into that and see what that's all about. Static Cage, he'd rather stay here. Oh, hell yeah, man. That's pretty epic. Thanks, man. So with that being said, is there anybody that would want to join the panel? We could go for a little bit longer. If people want to see me, I'm not gonna fucking say no. Shit, you know what I mean? If anybody wants to join the panel, let me know. Yeah, Homestead's still in the vetting room, so you're welcome to join. And maybe I'll go grab some food like we've done before, and we could go for another hour or something like that. Doesn't look like anybody's left yet. So, all right. So let's see. The Chaos Theory's less tentacles. Found that funny, did you? Yeah. Let's not get into that. Go ahead.
If I could, just for 2 seconds, I realized after I said it and then muted myself again because kids are crazy. That as soon as he mentioned tentacles, I was like, "Yeah, you know," and it kind of sounded like you'd know, and that's not what I meant. Just for the record, since this will live on the internet, I don't think that he knows anything about it. I meant you know what I'm talking about, which I should have expanded on.
All I will say is that I have been a degenerate in my life. Working on fixing that.
That's hilarious.
Praise God, right?
Right. Well,
Praise God.
Homestead, if you're listening, you're welcome to come back on. Obviously, we would need somebody to vet if somebody does come into the vetting room, but you're welcome to be on while we're waiting for somebody to vet. There's no point in just sitting in the vetting room. Let's see. All right, so the last, I guess we only have a couple more prompts. The only real other prompt.
Yeah, I was really excited for that one.
The last one, the sixth one.
Yeah, I was ready for it, so I'm making sure kids are fed.
Yeah, Dave must still be busy.
That's what me and Leah are here for.
Right. Maybe
we're
we'll
going to talk about shame.
You guys are going to spill your whole debate the day before it happens. Dave, I don't know. Dave must be busy, but we could always bring it back up. I hate to just talk about myself and what I have going on, but I have plans of expanding my team on my Discord and creating new roles for more people to be involved that want to be involved. Of course, no one has to be involved because it's not like I have any money to be able to pay anybody. Nobody's donating. I'm just kidding. But what I would like to do is create a role for basically what's known as a coordinator. So somebody that would keep track of all these prompts and help me keep them in line. So the things that we've covered or things that people like, yeah, that would be good to bring back up. You keep track of that, right? You keep track. That's not how I am. But what I'm saying is if I could get a volunteer to help me with some things to expand my community, it would be greatly appreciated. And I'll be doing interviews and, vetting processes and all that good jazz to do those. But I want to get people involved. It's not just me, myself, and Irene. It's all of you. It's Tater Nation is what I'm trying to build. So, but we'll keep in touch on that. But like I said, I want to bring up old prompts back up. What were you saying, Leia?
I just said woo woo when you said Tater Nation.
Gotcha. Right on. So I guess we'll dive into 6, and then like I said, remind me to bring it back up when Dave can be here. I'm sure he'll probably do it too, but like I said, I'm terrible about remembering prompts. In fact, now that I'm saying that, I want to say that there was a prompt. Leia, you were saying to bring back up. I want to say it was like if robots took over all jobs, what would be the purpose of humans? So we'll have to bring that back up. I just remembered that. Not necessarily now.
It wasn't that one, but it was in the same. It was in the same line. It wasn't that one, but it was the same line. I'll look back through it.
Yeah, look back through and you tell me because you were the one who said we should bring it back up. So I'm not going to assume because we all know what assuming does, right? Anyway, what were you saying, Vosh?
Oh no, I was just agreeing. Like that would be a fun topic to get into if we want to make some time for Dave.
That's fair too. If we want to, we can get back into that topic. Let's see. Is hashtag live a good hashtag? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I've tried all sorts of different hashtags. I don't know what works and what doesn't. Birds aren't even real. Says, man, Vosh, I don't know if you're messing with me. I think I need a therapist now. That's funny. The hashtags that are associated with my stream. That's a good question. I have no idea off the top of my head. Let's see. I think they're pretty much just a standard that I keep now. Discussion, controversial, viral, trending, modern culture, and real talk. Those are pretty much the only ones that I ever use on my streams, on my Tater Talks panels.
FYP.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I don't know why I haven't thought about that. Because I'm a potato, that's why.
That's what everybody, and people say the algorithm. If you put algorithm in there, people claim it'll boost it, but I don't know.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, I have no evidence
to
support that. So I don't know.
Right? Yeah. I mean, who has evidence? Honestly,
right?
Really? Okay. So, okay. Getting to the prompt.
Good point.
Actually, do we want to talk about something else and see if we can and just burn some more time before we bring that topic up for Dave, or do we want to just dive into it and just bring it back up when Dave gets here, like next week or something?
Well, Dave has pushed the topic back for me before, so I'm definitely willing to do that.
That's fair.
Not like we won't be talking about it soon anyway. Am I right?
Oh, well, then that's
Right.
fair too, considering it's the prompt for tomorrow's debate. And speaking of which, if you guys don't know in the chat, there is a debate between these two going on my channel tomorrow night. It is a special stream. I don't typically stream on Fridays, so I'm also saying it to remind myself because I keep forgetting it. I definitely don't want to do that. So let's see. Sunshine says hashtag live streaming is a good one to get general people, but for the people already associated with or in the social sphere, we should do Tater Nation and Tater Talks. That's actually very true. So I've thought about putting hashtag Tater Talks or Tater Nation and starting that hashtag, but I don't see myself as anything like big enough to have my own hashtag, so I've never really thought it would be worth trying, but maybe I'll start. Just
you can have a hashtag. I give you permission.
You give me permission. Thanks.
I'm sure Vosh will agree. Chat, drop a 1 if you agree.
Chat, if you agree, drop a 1. That's a good prompt. A good prompt. Need some engagement in my
also,
chat.
by the way, we love it.
Thanks, Vosh.
Also, by the way, panel. For tags.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, actually.
Oh.
Does
Just
anybody
not
know?
Panelverse.
Right, you're right. Does anybody know if there's because I've heard that if you put too many hashtags, it becomes I don't know, spam or something like that, and it flags it. Does anybody know how many hashtags are too many?
Hold it up before it's gotten close. So.
That's fair. I know it's more than 9, but it changes almost every time I look it up. So it's kind of curious if anybody knew.
That's right.
Homestead.
How would that
Me too.
I know, right? Homestead.
Oh, and politics. Do you tag politics and panel? I would say might earn new followers because I know I've gone in search of political debate panels in the past, and so if something were to hashtag politics panel, maybe culture.
Sure. Yeah, I just putting in the few there. Put in panel politics FYP, and we'll start Tater Nation and see if we get anything off that at any point.
Cultural problems,
right?
Issues.
Anyway, yeah, any good hashtags will definitely be helpful. Homestead, I'm a shit talker. What can I say? Hashtag me too, Homestead. Oh, did I just piss some people off? I probably did. Shit, I'm such an asshole. Holy fuck. All right, so you can also do multiple or similar with like at live or hashtag live. I almost said pound live stream on the same post. It's always ironic to me that they chose that hashtag pound me too. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Does that count as asking for it?
I never thought about that.
no, you never thought about that. You're not old enough. Is that what you're saying?
No, I just not smart enough, I suppose. You're above my league. Although I do have to say, I'm so glad Amber Heard did the crazy stuff that she did, so that it pretty much canceled the entire Me Too movement.
I know, right?
Horrible what she did to Johnny, but
oh, I know. Yeah, that was bad, but yeah. Sunshine LL, what? Oh shit. Sorry, chat. Sorry, a little bit of degeneracy for the day, I guess. Craig, what the fuck? Sorry, guys.
Look, it is recorded that, left-leaning women are more into things like BDSM. So,
good lord. Oh man. Going down the wrong path here, guys. Let's move it back to the straight and narrow.
Interesting.
Yeah, back to the topic. This is my area.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
That's funny. So we're gonna avoid the topic till Dave gets here. Do we have one that we want to talk about?
Oh, that's what I was doing, looking at the list.
That's fair.
We could talk about how birds are definitely real.
Right?
Have you seen the documentary? I wonder if Birds Are Not Even Real has seen the documentary Birds Aren't Even Real.
I would assume he has, but I don't know.
I would hope so.
Right? Have you, Vosh? Have you seen the documentary?
I actually haven't, because I know that birds are real.
That's fair.
Well, it doesn't actually say that they're not. It's just a deep dive into like the possibilities of surveillance.
No, it's definitely it's recorded in CIA documentation that they've been doing like bird mocks for surveillance purposes. So there are definitely fake birds out there,
and insects. Don't forget insects.
And insects.
Tiny, teeny, tiny ones.
Insects.
Yep.
Yes.
That's scary.
Yeah. The amount of information available of what the CIA has done is just crazy. I don't know why we keep them around.
Yeah.
At least we know these types of things. Some of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you find the prompt, Leia, or did you get distracted again?
I'm looking right now. You know me too well. Or did you get distracted there for a second?
We haven't gone over number 3. Should parents need a license before having children?
That's fair. I'm sure we're going to agree on that. But yeah, go ahead. Anybody want to put on that?
Yeah.
You want to go first, Bob?
On one hand, I kind of do agree that they should, because some people that become parents just are terrible at it, and the amount of time that they're willing to put into
I find it an
being
interesting rabbit hole
is completely lacking for what the kids actually need, what will benefit them the most. I don't think people take parenting seriously enough in a lot of cases. Definitely not all, but on the other hand, we're experiencing a population crisis right now. So no, that would be absolutely stupid to require a license for having children.
Yeah, it would be wild. I mean, who would get the money for it? Who would regulate it? There's just so many things to that would just be just out of the realm of possibility. But there's more and more we're getting that, well, men should be what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, men should have vasectomies.
Yeah, vasectomies, and then if they can afford to have them fixed, then they can have kids. That bullshit. Or men should start out in prison and have to work their way out, and all that bullshit, right? So I'm just kind of curious.
Nobody actually said that to you. Are you serious?
No, that's
I've heard it before.
Yeah, that is something that I've heard.
What?
Yep.
That's the most insane take.
There's legit crazy people out there.
Yeah, there's legitimately crazy people that honestly believe that men start out as pieces of crap and that we don't even deserve to live. It's wild. But yeah, Craig, real quick, sorry guys. Craig, yeah, I will be leaving this up after all my live streams. The only ones that I take down are the ones that I'm worried about ruining my algorithm, or I know that there's been a problem with TOS or something like that. The only two streams that I've taken down are one that I covered Jubilee because I absolutely despise the kid that was on it, and then it's a heavy copyright, so I wasn't able to keep it up. And then the other one was the gangs and gangs of grapes, not the edible kind. And if you get the drift there, it's in the UK. So if you ever want to see any of my streams that I take down, I don't have memberships, so I'm not membering these. I'm just privating them, which means I will be more than happy to share my content because I don't do this for the money. I do it to bring the awareness. So if anybody wants to see my streams, by all means, let me know, and I can send you it. We can get you on to my Patreon, something along those lines. If you're willing to help build my channel, my Patreon is there, and it has many things on it. I'm trying to get more and more stuff on there so that it's not just a same platform as YouTube. It has other stuff too. So anyway, let's see. I don't know what other platforms you are on. Yeah, I'm not actually on any other platforms other than so I'm on social medias, but I don't stream on anything but YouTube. Partly because I can barely keep my internet going for YouTube, and for two, I don't know how many other platforms I care to support, for that matter. So okay, so getting back to you guys and the prompt, is there anything that we want to move to? Did you find the prompt, Leia?
Oh yeah. Well, I was just going to say about that one.
Yeah, go ahead.
If parents need a license, I think it was. Man, what a difficult question. Tale as old as time, right? I think Bosch has very great points that in our current, like we're in a population decline and want to encourage families, etc. Would it be a motivation?
Feel free to follow me on X. I do have an X.
Continue with the if I could English, that would be great. With the decrease, pardon me, and not wanting to encourage people.
May have to check that out.
If they did some type of you need a license for parenting, maybe so, but maybe we could do something less formal or restrictive. Like I was thinking perhaps a permit or like a certification that isn't, maybe it won't say like you cannot have this child, right? If you don't have it, maybe it'll say like you have to pay a fine or something. And maybe to get the certification, something that like anyone could meet, a bar like low enough but high enough to matter. Like maybe it could be like CPR certification, like safe sleep classes, and like a basic parenting class or something, right?
Sure.
To start at least.
It's fair.
I think that would be a good compromise. I would want to go a few steps further than that, but that's just personal preference.
Sure, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I don't disagree.
You say you go a little bit further?
Yeah, I would go a little bit further. Like, yeah, you should definitely take some parenting classes. Especially, I don't know how SIDS classes are even a thing, but apparently in the 90s, back is best, meaning laying your child on their back to sleep and making them sleep on their back, totally reduced the number of SIDS occurrences by like 90%. So,
they have something
teaching
now.
that kind of thing, it's pretty similar now. But that would be a great start, but I think there is definitely, say, my preference borders eugenics. That's why it's my preference, and not, I would never prescribe that society do that.
Fair.
But yeah, that more intelligent people need to be having more babies. Like there's this weird contradiction where the more intelligent somebody is, the less likely they are to have a bunch of children, and I don't understand that.
Yeah.
The people with lots of money, people with lots of intelligence, need to be having the most babies.
Have you seen Idiocracy?
Yes, I have.
The first comedy, or the only comedy that's turning into a documentary? The first of that,
Right before our eyes.
Yeah, the first of that movie is just so on point to what you just said, for sure. Craig, in Florida, if marriage while one of the parties are 17 years old, they have to take a marriage class. Interesting.
Never heard of a marriage class before. That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever heard of it either, but where one of them is 17, they're basically too young to comprehend what they're doing. I can get behind demanding a marriage class for that kind of case. I do believe that we need to be doing something in school. If we're going to continue on with public school, we need to be pushing more of the something along the lines of responsibilities, whether that be like we've talked about in previous streams, and like Japan does, where they have their kids doing the janitorial work in the schools, where they learn responsibilities to understand what they're going to be coming across in the real world, as well as their parenting skills. Now, whether they get into more of the flower babies and all that bullshit, I don't know, but we definitely need to be pushing more of an idea of responsibility younger than what we're doing. Anyway, was there anything else on that topic? I keep asking Leia if she has the topic on hand, so I don't necessarily want to not talk about that.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, in regards to that, Vosh was like, no, vehemently when you first said in the schools, and I think it's because his mind likely went where mine went, which is like, we need to have the schools.
Hold on, Leia. Sorry, you were kind of. I'm not sure. Didn't completely comprehend what you just said. Repeat that.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure what happened there, but go ahead.
Okay. No, you're good. I was just going to say, Vosh, a minute ago when you were like, something in the schools or something to have to do with the schools, he was like shaking his head emphatically, like, no. Gotcha. And I think it's probably because he thought you were going to go a different place with it, somewhere like mandated reporting, or like the school somehow responsible for the kids and making sure the parents parent correctly. At least that's where my head went. And I was also like, no. But of course, that's not where you went. But I do think that it's very imperative as a society that we don't allow the public schools to have too much of the reins. I think they already get our kids.
Yeah, there's no way I was going there.
So much, you know.
The only place that I could have gone with is to push more of the flower babies. So it seems like there's less and less of that. It started with the egg, if I remember right. When I was a kid, you were given an egg and you had to take care of this egg, and then it transferred into a bag of flour, and then now they have the electronic babies. You guys wouldn't know what I'm talking about, right? You have to take that kid
absolutely.
home. I think that should be not. I don't know exactly how, because I wouldn't have fucking done it. But maybe I did. I don't remember. Anyway, I think we need more something along those lines. Again, the responsibility idea to train responsibility for the parent. Absolutely not the school get involved with the kids. Stop that bullshit for sure. That's definitely not where I was going with it for sure. Or never would.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Clarifications.
Yeah, that's what I was shaking my head emphatically about.
Yeah.
Was he was talking about public schools if we want to continue down that path, and I'm just like, no, we do not want to continue.
okay.
Oh, just in general?
No,
Just in general,
just
public
in general.
schools?
No.
Well, and that's the thing is,
Public
so
schools are terrible.
Well, I took that.
I do agree with you.
Sorry.
I do agree with you. However, we're never going to get to the point where we can get everybody back to the houses. It's never going to
Not
happen.
with that attitude.
People are not going to allow it to happen. As much as I would like it to happen, we're never going to get back to the point where women are going to want all of them to be at home. With that being the case, there's going to be families that have both parents out of the house. They're going to need somewhere for their kid to learn and to grow properly. So where I don't agree with the homes or the public school system that we have, that should be demolished and rebuilt is basically what I'm saying. If we're going to continue down the public school in general, then it needs to be demolished and rebuilt from the ground up. I think we should go to homeschooling, and I think that we should go back to the parents or the mother being at home. Maybe the father that doesn't ever really work out the best. I've known a few households that have done that. Don't know exactly how I feel about it. I'm very a man. I want to provide for my family. I want my wife to be able to stay at home with our kids. I want them to be homeschooled. That's all my preferences. But in reality, I understand that women, they're headstrong now, and I don't know if it'll ever, in my lifetime at least, get to back to that point.
Well, the solution to that is less focusing on necessarily homeschool and more a sense of like communal schooling, like a small community getting together and teaching their kids, and everybody agreeing
Like
to
a cooperative.
curriculum. Like a cooperative, like a homeschool cooperative, yeah.
Right.
Craig the Man was talking about, you guys know about the homeschooling network for parents who don't want the anti-white brainwashing. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I'm talking about, is like more homeschooling cooperatives. Like you don't necessarily have to keep your kid with you at home. You can send them to a homeschooling group.
Right.
I would actually love to be a part of one of those. That's kind of my ultimate goal, is to have something like that. But it's very difficult to get into and convince people that that's the better way to go.
Yep. That's
Well,
basically what
my
goal is, again, with my community, is to build my own network of people, of abilities, of knowledge, so that I can share those knowledges with the next generation rather than the indoctrination camps that we have now. Leia, what were you going to say? Sorry.
That's great. Amen. But also, I was going to say a moment ago when you were like, I don't think the women are going to want to do it because they're spoiled and they're sheroes, which I do agree, and that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
But I think also, even if we somehow convinced all the femdoms, feminists, that that's what we should do, then would they, quote unquote, like capital T quotations, they be okay with that, right? Like, we know why public school started. It goes all the way back to the Rockefellers. They wanted soldiers and plant workers and people that would listen to what they were told and not critically think and not push back. That's literally why they started homeschooling, and it started to break apart the family as well, yada yada. So they would obviously fight back against that type of a movement. And in fact, we already see this happening. We were just talking about homeschooling cooperatives. Several have been shut down. There are some that get close to shutting down and have to hire like attorneys to help them fight the state that they're in, because they will like impose the most ridiculous mandates on these cooperatives, and they're making it harder and harder and giving more restrictions to where it's getting harder to homeschool as well.
Yeah. The only thing I would correct you there on is it goes way, way further back than the Rockefellers. It goes back to the Ottoman Empire. It goes back to the Romans. Like this idea that you teach the children to be the next generation of your civilization. So if your government is running that education program, they're
pretty awesome,
going to essentially
It's a good
dictate
start,
what they
man.
believe and their culture and how they behave. So yeah, they're just taking what has proven to work in the past and using it.
Sure. I mean, all the way back to Aristotle, we had like students, teachers, tutors, right? But I'm more so meaning public schools the way we see them today. Schools that are federally funded and state funded by taxes, and the provision, or sorry, not provision, supervision for said schools is both on the state, well, really the county, the state, and the federal level, right? So everybody kind of has their hands in the pot and their opinions on how things should be done and etc. So I'm more mean like the actual system of the public school itself was never meant to just educate, or it was never what it was meant to do, which is why we see people who want to educate their children in a more free and more or less indoctrinated way, if you will, get so much pushback and have so much trouble.
Sure.
Yeah. Schools are by design indoctrination camps, and as much as I hate to quote Rick and Morty, school is not a place for smart people.
Yep. I went to school once. It took me years to unindoctrinate myself.
Same.
But yeah. So yeah. Anything else on that? Okay.
I'm looking over the prompts that were from that particular panel that we were just talking about, and it seems like you had asked a question, because looking just at the prompts, they don't ring a bell as to be like, oh my gosh, it's that one I wanted to go back to. But I see it seems that maybe you could ask a question as an offshoot of one of the prompts, and I think it might have been, if robots do all jobs, what gives human life purpose? I think during that discussion, you had asked something. And I said, oh, we need to come back to that. But of course, I didn't add it to my notes or through it. That would have been far too intelligent and forward thinking.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not real sure off the top of my head. I'll have to go back and look at the stream now that we're trying to figure it out.
Well, I can't. I mean, I could.
Go ahead.
I could have written it down.
Yeah, right. Well, you're good. You're good. Like I said, I want to create another role for that purpose. Someone to, they don't necessarily even have to watch the streams. Like I could just say, okay, we've used these, we didn't use these, and then they could incorporate those unused ones into a new list, send it back to me, and I could put that as the prompts for the next week. So again, taking applications, I guess, if you will, because I don't necessarily
like a prompt master.
Yeah, like a prompt master. Yeah, could coordinator.
Oh my gosh,
because
I would so do that.
They'll be doing more than just that. Like, I'm not sure exactly what all I was thinking about the other day. So my mod apprentice. He is busy all the time. Very respected in my community by myself and my mods, and so I'm not wanting to demote him, but he feels like he isn't able to contribute as much, so he doesn't want the title of moderator while not being able to moderate. So I'm trying to create a new position for him as well as other people, and he's going to be basically an advisor to my mod team, to myself, and help in those regards. So with that, it kind of started to blossom other ideas of things that I can incorporate other people if they want to be part of my community. I don't want to make anybody feel like they have to do something, but things like that, like they can coordinate with activities in my Discord, right? We have a movie night that we like to do on Saturday nights, and they could be the one to help get those movie nights prepared, not do them, but to prepare them. And then I would get somebody to stream it or myself to stream it. They could get the Bible studies kind of coordinated, those kind of ideas. And they wouldn't have to do all of that themselves. We could, we have a lot of stuff going on in my Discord. So I want to try to get that a little bit more organized because I'm getting overwhelmed. And so I'm starting to try to dedicate positions.
Delegate.
Delegate. That's the word I'm looking for. Yes. So enough of my rambling. I just, like I said, I'm trying to build a community here, guys. So I appreciate any help that I can get. Homestead says Tater was thinking about that deeper than we could. That's fair, Homestead. Welcome back, Emmett. How are you, buddy? All right.
I'm back.
Good. Good
Okay, I'm back.
Good to see you, man. Did you have anything to say since you're newest back on the panel?
When are we talking about dreams? Because I need to know what woman made that prompt.
That prompt.
So I can shame the fuck out of her.
No, it was actually I actually came up with that one. So it goes back to that idea of the women waking up and slapping their men and saying, "Oh yeah, I dreamed about you cheating on me or whatever. You cheated on me," and he's like, "You just woke up," and they're like, It was that idea. It wasn't that a woman made the prompt. It was just making fun of that idea.
Because what man hasn't experienced that?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty
you
much.
cheated on me. What are you talking about? Yeah, in my dreams. It's like, oh fuck. Well, what am I supposed to do about that?
Yep, exactly. So I thought it was funny. This panel's actually been a pretty enjoyable panel rather than more serious. So I've enjoyed that. But yeah, so was there anything else? I think we should probably be wrapping up before too much longer. I do probably need to eat something and get to bed before too much longer. Do you guys have anything else?
No, I thought we were gonna go longer. I apologize. I had to go
No, you're
do
good.
other stuff.
You're good. We can still go if we have something to talk about. We were kind of stretching it at this point in time, just waiting for Dave to get free, but he's busy tonight, so we'll bring that topic back for another night. But if you have something to go with, Emmett, feel free.
The other thing I was gonna do is that I agree we should have permits to have babies, but the only reason why I agree is because the SAAM 3000 needs to be fed. Okay, so if we decide you ought not have babies, we're gonna get them to heaven faster, and that is the perfect way of being able to do it. Okay, so from now on, we are 100%, doing the licenses for maternity, and if not, we're gonna get them to heaven.
Fair enough.
Heaven Max is gonna love that.
Yeah. Right.
We're building on it, man. We're building on it.
Oh,
That's funny.
I don't know.
Yeah. I got nothing to come back at that with.
I know,
No,
right?
that's just, it's hilarious, but oh my god, that sounds horrible.
It is horrible. That's
funny.
I read it and I was like, why are we doing this? Why should we? Like, what are we gonna do with the babies that get out of a woman without a license? Like, what we do with them? It's like, okay, fine, I get it. I understand the argument now.
Fair.
The
Well,
SAAM.
that's what I brought up. No, that's why I brought up like just having them pay a fine or something instead of just like telling them they can't have the baby. You're trying to take the baby away. Just like, oh, okay, you didn't want to take this class. Well, you still have to take the class. And send to like court, kind of like family court, except it won't be as twisted or slanted in women's favor, right? It could be like the license court for parents. And it would be like, actually, you didn't do what you're supposed to do. Okay, great. Well, now you have to, and now you're gonna have a timeline. You have 90 days to do it, and you owe me $1,000 needed, like a state or whatever. And if you don't do it within that 90 days, you're gonna owe $10,000.
I disagree. We have to do it in another way. Okay, we're gonna have these ranches, and in these ranches, we're gonna be very ethical. The ethical breeding ranches, we're gonna call them. Okay. It's free. It's free range, so you can go outside. But you have to have. If you want on those ranches, you gotta have a license. And if you're outside of those ranches, then we, it's gonna be fine because heaven needs new souls. and as the part of the people who have been imbued with these Gnostic knowledge from heaven directly, I will say that the ranches, these free-form breeding ranches with all the permits, will help us go to our goals when it comes to fertility in the nation.
So, Emmett, you are a prophet now?
No, it was a joke. I will not. That was heretical in and of itself, but I'm not willing to take that much heresy upon me at this point.
I was just following to this logical conclusion.
Oh,
Where we had to go.
my person's gonna have a laugh at that one. It's gonna be like, whoa. Well, it was funny, but it was heretical too.
Pharma Cat in the chat says disavow Emmett.
Yeah, I disavow myself from that one.
Oh, that's funny, Emmett. Oh shit, that's funny. Oh man. Fair enough.
Disavow yourself. That's a first. We're definitely gonna have to timestamp that in the description.
So we are sitting
Well, usually
at
like
2 hours and 43 minutes. Timestamp. I'm just kidding.
Did you go to the 4 prompt that is being offended ever a good thing? Did you guys ever talk about that one?
We did, but we can readdress it if you'd like to.
What was the consensus at that point? Is it a good thing or is it not a good thing?
Yeah, I believe we all agreed that it can be good in times.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. And finally, I saw the one that how do we say we need to bring back shaming? We need to forgive our brothers. Like, I have when it comes to the thing that we say the grape gangs, I forgive them and I will forgive them up until the point that they're in the trees feeling the wind. Okay, because forgiveness does not mean not justice. Justice has to be set. It's a value and it's a set in stone. Okay. Yes, it is true that God forgives sins and He may find you waiting, but that doesn't mean that justice should not be preserved and should not be done. In fact, mercy can be given in some cases, and it is mercy that is given by the state. This is what I'm talking about, not necessarily by God. The state is an institution that can give mercy, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that it's a mercy machine. It means that it is a justice machine. So its primary function is to provide the justice in accordance to the laws.
Fair.
So yeah,
it's God's right to judge.
It is understand. I had a talk to somebody not long ago, and they were talking about what.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Would you still love
Homestead
your
as well.
kid if they did something horrible to your wife? And I was like, yeah, of course I would love them because I would absolutely love them. But maybe that love means that they need to feel the justice. Maybe the only way that I can actually show love to my kid will be that they have to go and feel the justice so that their soul can actually be regenerated in a sense. In a place that there is no justice, you actually the fact that you're not facing those consequences actually eats at your soul. It's really bad for you. So I would probably I would still love him, but I would probably want him to get justice so that he can actually feel get that regeneration that comes from it.
Sure.
Yeah, just because you're forgiven doesn't mean you get away with it.
Right. Yeah, we definitely need to be holding each other accountable again, especially our people that we love. Like I mentioned earlier, the people that we care about, we turn the other cheek toward, and the people that we don't care about, we try to set straight. They won't listen to us. The people that would listen to us, we refuse to try. So something's got to change, right? Are you going to say something, Emmett?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just laugh at. I finally read chat and it says I'm in a constant offense from Emmett, and I thought that was funny.
I know. I found that hilarious. Oh, Pharmacat. She's so mean. It's just so spicy.
Yeah.
That's funny. Anyway. So we got about 10 minutes till I'm probably need to be passing out before too much longer. So is there anything else that we wanted to wrap up with? As much as I do enjoy these guys, like I said, I do want to be doing these more often, longer, something. I definitely don't like, I love you guys, no homo, but yeah, if you guys have anything else to say, I'd love to give you the floor for a little bit longer.
I want to thank you for having me on. Sorry I had to deep out earlier. I really had to go.
It happens, man.
Thank you for having. Thank you for having me on. It's always enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody in the panel and chat. If you piss me off, I might come at you. Don't take it that personally, unless you want to take it personally. At that point, I will absolutely take it personally too.
It's fair.
But yeah, have a great time and good to see everybody. Have an excellent time.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Emmett.
See you, Emmett.
As always, you're welcome back, man.
Good to see you, Emmett.
And again, I'll shout it out again just for the shits and giggles of it. Emmett does have his own show. Go check it out. Give him some love. I know that he's been, I don't know if I'd say he's been struggling lately, but there's been some weird schnats going on in the inner sanctum of our circle, guys. We need to make sure we're keeping each other good and propped up. All right, Leia, you got the floor for a second. Go ahead and shout your channel out or anything that you would like to say before we dip.
Wait, I do have a channel. I have not been doing as much content since the kiddos are home full time. So that's my favorite subject. So it's just been a lot. Something to watch.
I think you're
more excitedly.
I think you're cutting out or something, Leia. I'm not hearing what you're. I'm not getting everything what you're saying. Sorry.
Can you hear me now? Is this better?
Maybe.
I was saying. Maybe, possibly.
Yeah, that
Could
sounds
be.
a little better.
That's a little better.
Okay, sorry about that. I have a channel, don't do much content, but I will be getting back to it after the summer. So come by, swing by and sub if you'd like. More importantly and excitedly, I can re-announce that we are having a debate tomorrow. Vosh and myself. The shame and stigma help prevent addicts from becoming addicted to drugs or help them get clean if they become addicted to drugs. We're super excited about it. We had to reschedule the kiddos. It's a whole thing. So, and that'll be here on Tater's channel tomorrow. We'll all have a post about it, and I hope to see y'all there. And as always, thank you, Tater, for having us and for having this wonderful Tater Nation that we all love so much.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, Leia. Yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow evening. What is it? 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, right? Okay. So yeah, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on your one and only Tater Nation channel. Super excited about that. But yeah, check her channel out. Give her some love. I appreciate you dropping that in the chat, Homestead. That link is in the chat. Please go subscribe and keep an eye out for her content. We'll probably be doing some more collabs since our collab had to be taken down immediately. So I'll be doing some more collabs with Leia. Probably be doing some collabs with Vosh as soon as he gets up and going and things like that. But please check that debate between them out and follow them and all that good jazz. So again, Leia, you're always welcome back on my panels. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
And you have yourself a blessed night.
Thank you as well.
Absolutely.
You too. That's the one thing I was going to say as well. Good to see you, Vosh. I'm excited about tomorrow. And God bless both of you gentlemen. Forgot to say that.
Have a good night. All right, Vosh, go ahead and shout out whatever you'd like to shout out or say whatever you'd like to say.
Well, yeah, like everybody else said, thank you, Tater. You put all this together every week. You built a hell of a community. You're doing a great thing here. And I'm personally extra grateful. I just started streaming and making content. So far only streaming, but I do have a video that I've got planned covering the new release of the Pragmata game. I've got a take on that. I think people will find interesting. So that's going to probably be my first piece of content. Otherwise, I am also going to be doing some gaming streaming. You can find me at Twitch at Voshmit. And yeah, I'm Voshmit everywhere. Yeah, that's it. Super stoked for tomorrow. I'll probably start a live stream a little bit earlier than the debate. Take a pause to call my kids. And some people, hopefully not Leah, can see some of my debate prep. So.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on and again, appreciate the engagement. And we look forward to the debate tomorrow, and have yourself a blessed night, man. Thank you.
Easy dinner.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, seriously, I know I gush at the end of every stream and every time. It's always the same, but seriously, I appreciate you. I don't want to ever change the way that I appreciate you, because I will never be anything without you. So I'll always give you the credit where I can. Bandit, so the topic for the debate tomorrow is stigma on drug addicts. Is it a good thing before they get addicted? And then if they get addicted, will it help to dissuade them from continuing to use? Again, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time right here on your one and only Tater Nation channel, whatever, beloved, whatever you want to call me, because I'm not beloved, right? Anyway, please take care of yourselves out there. As always, remember your Second Amendment rights within the United States, because they are yours, and your response time is always going to be faster than the police. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you guys. Outside of the United States, please take care of yourselves the best way that you know how. Your lives are important just the same. And for clipping purposes, there should be some links on the screen. And the potato signing off. Christ is God, the King of Kings, and always will be. And of course, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you were here with me. And I appreciate that more tonight than I can imagine, than I can express. I'll shut up. Peace out, guys.
Fields torn apart by the sun's cruel glare, potato skin crack, turnip strip bare, roots claw the soil, desperate for air. The earth moans loud, but no one cares. Who's to say what's worth the fight? What grows in shadow? What dies in light? Potato hearts, turning veins, bleeding out, soaking rains. Who am I? Who are you? We're the same beneath this view. Roots will break, soil will bind. War is madness. Peace is blind. In the midnight breeze, spuds huddle close, turnips on their knees. The plow cuts deep, no side can please. Harvest of sorrow, bitter disease. Who will claim the fertile ground when all is lost? No life around. Potato hearts, turning veins, bleeding out, soaking rains. Who am I? Who are you? We're the same blood. They got wires in the trees, listening to the breeze, watching every step I take, every sigh I breathe. Streetlights wink like spies, glowing truths and lies.